Okay. Okay. Let's see. What the hell? What the? Anyway. Oh, anyway, hello everybody. Welcome in as welcome in. It is Wednesday. We have a guest. Let me bring in the guest. Hello, guest. Say hello to everyone.
Hello.
Can you hear the guest?
Yes, can you hear me? Am I coming in loud and clear from the depths of wherever I may be? with the best icon, I gotta tell you. That best thing ever.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks really funny. Anyway, yes. But today's guest is Cococastor. That's not his actual name, that's just what I call him by accident because I can't read. So yeah. But you can do your own introduction while I just kind of spaz out over here.
Okay, sure. So as Semi-Head says, my name is Cococastor, or just Castor, or you can also know me as one half of the Gemini Gotchi with my twin brother Pollux. We stream over at Gemini Gotchi, all one word, where we play a lot of old games, new games, games that are bad, games that are good, all kinds of games. And today is going to be definitely something new because this is an Artside chat, and I gotta tell you, I am incredibly nervous, but I'm also very honored to be here today in front of everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yes. Oh yeah, I forgot to say all my hellos. Hello there. Hey there, Hordling. Hello, Rajanka. Hello. I see King Mikaru in there. I also see Prototype Alex and Kirby. Hi there. Welcome in.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Hello to them too, or is that sort of like, no, I say hello. You
No,
can't.
you can. You're fine. You can go ahead.
Hello, Prototype Axel and Kirby Guy 64. You know, Kirby 64 is a great game.
Hmm.
One of the best of the series.
I don't know why I didn't know. Like, I mean, of course, there's a Kirby 64, but I'm like, what? There's only Mario. There's only Mario. Axel! It's Axel! What part of I can't read do not seem to understand here?
I'm calling you Alex anyway.
Oh god.
Dyslexia, you know? That's my excuse.
I'm not actually dyslexic, I just can't read. I suffer from random bouts of illiteracy.
Oh, okay. See, it's just one of those things like, all right, just use like the, you know, if you have glasses, just be like, it's kind of hard to read that. I think that says, Alex, I think. Whatever, you know.
I'm super tempted to put glasses on my model, I'm not gonna lie, just because it would look hot. Like, that's the only reason. I'd look smart. I'd be smart.
Exactly, be smart like me, where I wear the glasses.
Yeah.
Why am I putting on that accent?
I don't know. Anyway, but today we do Artside chat where we just talk and I just draw Cococastor. That's pretty much it. We've been here before.
Yeah, exactly. I've been here before. Never once did I think I'd be in the hot seat a little bit. I don't even know if it's the hot seat.
Don't worry. If we can't think of anything, I will ask you random questions until you admit the crime.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just to break the awkwardness, so it's not just silence.
Exactly.
And then you're like, why am I watching this?
You're watching the chill stream.
Exactly. You're watching the stream of a buff guy, his traps, part of the packs, doing the meme face from if you know where it is, you know where it is.
Yep.
You know, and then everyone just goes like, I don't know what I just walked into.
I don't know why I'm like,
you know, I'm active.
Wait, did I mishear that? Did you say like a muscular guy and his traps?
That's right. That's what the muscles are on the neck.
Oh!
You know, we call it the traps. It's called the trapezius. Short name for traps. Yeah, I'm not kidding. We're not doing that kind of stream, everybody.
My brain went somewhere really where, I mean, that's a derogatory term and no one calls them that anymore, but still.
No, we don't do that. We're not doing that. It is the trapezius muscles. People call it short because it's just like, that's just the way it is. That's how I knew it, and I didn't even know. So you mentioned it, now I'm just like, uh-oh.
Well,
understand. Okay.
well, don't worry. Only. I'm not a degenerate, but like only weirdos. Wait, damn. Anyway, we're gonna be moving on to a topic that does not say that I am weird. So. Wait, when you talk about like memeing me reading a book side down, I would moving on. Actually, speaking of books, so I decided, because I'm an idiot, because every once in a while I get a weird urge to read the classics, you know? So I'm like, I've been watching videos on Jane Austen, even though I haven't retained any of that information. So I'm gonna read, was it Sense and Sensibility or something? So I'm like, I think I'm on like the last 2 chapters of this frickin' book. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't like one of the main female leads, because she's like 17 and everybody wants this goddamn 17-year-old, and she's just really annoying, you know? Yeah. And like there's her sister who's like 19, so she's not even that much older, but everyone's acting like she's 30, you know? It's kind of like a Twilight novel sort of thing? No, it's like the Regency, so it's like that age right after the Victorian era, because everyone remembers the Victorian, and also nothing is confirmed. But basically there's the Victorian era that everyone basically knows about, and then there's the Edwardian or / Regency era. Also, hey Kai, hello. If you're coming here thinking I was wearing the new outfit, you are being misled. That's not happening until in February. But like, so it's basically the Regency era, which I actually forgot how much I like the Regency era, just because no one ever frickin' talks about, because everyone likes Victorian for some frickin' reason.
Yeah, it's always that.
Which I've studied both, and Regency's definitely better. So this is I'm reading this book, and it's literally about, there's 3 sisters, but one of them literally evaporates halfway through the novel, and you don't know what's going on with her. Like,
it just sort of happens where it's
like you forget there's another sister, because like you forget about this other sister, because she's like, I think she's like, why are people rating me this early? Hello, Lucin Corwin. Hello, welcome in. How you doing? For those of you who don't know, my name is Semi-Nigma. I'm Eldritch Dragon Mamba. So welcome in. Let me go ahead and shout you out here, because unfortunately, because my main mod has been like incapacitated. He's okay, but I'm just like, oh no.
We just don't know exactly what happened to the main mod. Don't ask questions.
Like, I know what happened to him, but I'm just like, well, thank you for alerting me. Let's see. Oh wait, let me do the shout out here. Shout out. God, I'm so bad doing my own command. Shout out.
Don't worry about it. You're fine. There have been times where I like did shout outs to the wrong person. I'm like, well.
Yes, raid. Let's see.
Yeah, raid.
There we go.
Raids are fabulous. You know? I get some sometimes. I used to get them a lot, but it's only because nobody loves me. No, I'm kidding.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. Especially because I'm too big, and they're just like, well, we can't really raid enough to cover all of them. So, you know how it is.
What do you talk about weird book? Was it a weird book? I don't know.
It sounds kind of like, straight up Twilight in Victoria.
But like, it wasn't though, because like, okay, so look, basically, because like, I didn't even get to the good part. Okay, kind of. So, long story short, the 17-year-old is like, oh god, all the men are boring and old and stinky and I don't like them. And like, their mother is like, oh good heavens, I have 3 daughters who are smart but useless. I must get them married. Also, I'm being kicked out of my house by my stepson. Oh no. We now live in the woods next to this, being invited by this rich person. And I'm sorry. Like, yeah, they have like one of the mom has like a cousin or something, and he's just like, hi, I'm absurdly rich, do you want to live in my yard? And they're like, I mean, we ain't got no choice. It's either that or live with her stepson and his evil wife. Yeah, because like she's like girl boss evil. You know, she gaslights. And like,
So she runs like an MLM. She's like, this is.
she probably would if she knew what that existed. Like, the funny thing about this novel is, okay, this novel isn't even that long. It's like 8 hours, but I'm like, the 17-year-old literally is like, she's like, she wants a world where she wants like a romance that's amazing and full of passion. So she finds a guy who literally saves her, kinda, because she trips in the rain because she's stupid, and he carries her home. And she's like, oh my god, he's so handsome and romantic. Not like that 35-year-old man that wants to marry me, who's boring. And I'm like, this guy's like 5 years younger than her mom, and her mom's just like, oh, I guess I might as well be dead then. You know, hey, the Rendos, hello. And like, so this entire stupid novel, this 35-year-old is lusting after the 17-year-old, who's lusting after this 25-year-old, because apparently there's a difference. Turns out the 25-year-old is a swindler and literally runs off with a kind of ugly girl, but she's rich. And then, like, so this heartbreaks the 17-year-old, and her sister, who's like 19, the 19-year-old, is like, she's like this weird bystander in her own story, but she's technically the main character, where she's just like, man. And the best part is like, she spends the entire book being hilariously friend-zoned, and she doesn't understand that she is. Like, everyone's like, yes, this random guy, this guy who's like the brother of your sister-in-law is totally into you. Yeah, he's totally gonna marry you, ma'am. Like, he wants that. And she's just like, I mean, I don't know, maybe. And they're like, no. And her mom's like, oh, I assure you, your brother, your kind of brother-in-law totally wants to marry you. And she believes it. Takes several chapters to realize. Then, like, his actual fiance's like, hi, I heard that you're like a friend of his. Just so you know, he's mine. And she's just like, I don't know what you mean. She's like, and I'm just saying, you know, I'm also poor. Like, and I know you guys are rich by like blood or whatever, but I'm like poor, but he loves me more than you. And I just want you to know that. And she's just like, I mean, I have no feelings for him, but secretly I do, I guess. I don't know. And like, I was like, do you mean to tell? And the thing is, the guy never ever actually does anything to indicate he is into her. Like, the 19-year-old main character, like, he literally just spends the entire book just friend-zoning her, and it's making me laugh. Because, like, he treats her like a sister, and she's just like, surely he has affections for me, and he will marry me soon. And everyone's just like, yeah, that's totally what's gonna happen. He's just like, so, I want to marry this random chick over here, and my mom's horrible and kicked me out of the house. So, yeah, I'm poor now. And then the other girl's just like, well, I still love you. So they're like poor now. But then again, the other girl was also kind of poor. But like, they have enough good relations that someone just gets him a job and he gets to be like a preacher or something. And I'm like, and she's still like, and now, like, because now he's out of the picture. Like, the old guy, the quote unquote old, this guy's younger than me, so I'm just like, this baby of 35 is just like, he's still after the stupid 17-year-old who's just like, I can't live because a guy I liked conned me. Meh. Now I'm dying of, I have a fever, and I'm like, I don't know how it ends, so don't spoil it for me for the people who've read freaking Jane Austen, but I'm like, I'm sitting there driving home, listening to this book, and I'm like, you know, during this time, and back in the day, characters like this would die, right? So, is it bad that I want this stupid 17-year-old to peacefully pass in the night so that her sister can get pity marriage?
Yeah.
This old dude literally friend zones her too. Like, he's just like, I love having conversations with you. I trust you with my life, but I still want to bang your sister.
Oh God, no.
And I'm like, can the little sister just, you know, either that or get Deus ex-husband by some rando or something, because this 35-year-old really should not be trying to date this 17-year-old that he's been lusting after for about like 8 months now, and she is not interested, you know. Like, she's not, but everyone's like, but he's wealthy and rich. And I'm like, but he's also 35 and boring. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, but like, despite everything, I do like boring MC girl the most, just because she spends half, like, all of the entire book just gaslighting herself into thinking the guy who friend zoned her loved her. But then the thing is, she actually never tells him, so I don't think he even knows. And he just gets engaged to this random kind of salty but interesting bitch. Like, also, like, Axel, like, Jane Austen, this is Jane Austen from, like, Regency England, back in the, like, you know, like, 1800, whatever. It's back then. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm reading this bloody thing. This is something that you'd have to read for school or whatever, but I'm just like... But, like, I know just enough about history to know what the crap is going on, and I'm sitting here being like, yeah, this would have all been avoided if, like, their brother, who's the inheritor of the fortune, and by fortune, I mean money or in the house, just paid his stupid sisters and mom an allowance like he was supposed to, because he's like, his dad is like, oh, take care of your sisters and your stepmom. So, I mean, your half-sisters and your stepmom dies, and he's just like, well... And he's just like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then his evil wife's like, but darling, do you really need to support them that much? Like, I mean, yes, we have a lot of money, but like, do you have a son? Like, think of his future. Like, giving them, like, what was it, like $1,000 a year? That's way too much. And he's just like, you know, you're right. And like, technically, I don't really have to do anything. I'll let them stay in the house. And she's just like, but darling, they're just kind of a letdown, you know? And he's just like, yeah, you're right. Damn. What do I do? Like, I kind of like their brother because he's like, he's not a good person. But he's also just not the worst. But you can just tell he's very money-minded because every single time he talks to his sister, he's like, you know, I just noticed, my dear sisters, that you guys are just surrounded by really nice rich people. Like, you should totally introduce me to these nice rich people. Like, it's so funny. Like, I want to know who marries this Colonel Mustard situation. Like, I just, like, that's not his name, but that's what I've been calling him this entire time. I want to know who's going to marry Colonel Mustard because, I mean, wait, would I marry Colonel Mustard?
I mean, he's a colonel, you know.
He's a colonel. He is rich, and he is a straight-up simp, so...
And there's a lot of colonels out there, like, who's the, I'm trying to remember one right now.
Colonel Sanders, I don't know.
There you go. I was trying to remember the name, like Colonel... the guy that makes chicken, I forget his name.
Listen, you're great. Like, so I want to know how this ends. I want to know, does this frickin' 17-year-old... Because I can't imagine what happens with a 17-year-old other than just Victorian death. Because, I mean, she's kind of an ingenue, I guess. You know? Or, plot twist, Eleanor dies because...
What kind of Victorian death you're talking about? Like leeches?
You know, gets pneumonia and just dies of heartache or some crap. You know?
So it's pretty much the Oregon Trail. Where everyone just...
Oh no, it's a snake bit Anna Marie or whatever the crap her name was. No, Marianne. Her name's Marianne. Like, oh no, snake bit Marianne. Damn.
Yeah, except, you know, in the Victorian era, it's like, oh, a snake bit Marianne, and a guillotine just sort of like fell on top of her or something. I don't know. We weren't really there, but.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie though. If I might end up, because of my bad habit of everything, every single time I read anything, I'm like, I want a fanfic and also fix this, and by fix it I mean make it worse, because what I would do,
my own character in there, my OC, and you're gonna fix everything, you know. And then it's just like, you know, you just really just wrote the main character, you just changed it.
That's awesome. Actually, Lilith, that's great because he is the Lorax, but like
it's true.
But I'm just like what I would do is I would basically make it that, like, first of all, Anne Marie or whatever the crap her name is, her and Eleanor are twins. They're both over 18, so I don't have to deal with weird age shenanigans. And like the guy who ends up being a fraud, he turns out to be a bad boy huckster, you know? And like he's gonna be doing like some actual crime and embezzlement. Like, that's what he's doing. He's also gonna be doing, like, you know, he's gonna have like a partner in crime. And you're gonna have Colonel Mustard. He's gonna be be an extinguished professor because I have a type. So he's gonna be like nice, honorable, still boring, but he reads things. Here you, hello. And then he's gonna be like, oh, but like he's gonna have to choose. Does he want the adventurous sister, you know, who talks too much and is kind of exhausting? Or does he want the calmest sister who's kind of boring and is emotionally unavailable? Who will he choose? Or will he do something different and go after the MILF because she's really not that much older than him and they could technically make it work?
Okay. And then all of a sudden you're just like, all right. And all of a sudden my fanfic started going lemon-y. Okay. Wow, we have accidentally gone down that path. Well, I can't leave now.
Yes, Sense and Sensibility by Semi Enigma. It's completely unrecognized. Let me go over to my different screen so I can actually like do art so I can pretend that we're being normal here. 1 second. We're about to.
Yeah, so we can like talk about, you know, Twilight-esque level books.
I've never read Twilight, funny enough. Okay, let me get on over there.
Tried to read it, and a lot of it, you want to know what it's like. The main character, Bella, she is just pretty much like, all right, this is happening, but nobody understands me.
Uh-oh.
You know, a lot of crying and stuff like that, and self-doubt, and you're just like, this isn't, what? And, you know. There you go.
Look, like
I'm no longer Cococastor anymore. I'm Sense now.
You're Sense.
I'm the self-doctor. Like, no, Sammy, don't do that.
But what do you mean? Like I can make a great fanfic out of Sense and Sensibility because everyone reads Pride and Prejudice, you know. But Sense and Sensibility, like, I mean, it's kind of shit, but you know, I kind of like it. Like. Just because I'm literally sitting here being like, I should not like this random bit character that shows up like once and like never again. There's like this doctor dude who like, I think I don't think it's Dr. Harris. I think there's a doctor that doesn't have a name, and everyone just says that, man, that sure was one hot doctor, and then he just doesn't do anything. Like he just leaves. Like.
Oh man, that doctor, you know, they should take my temperature. You know?
Except this is back in, you know, Regency England where they're like, yes, here, drink this powdered drink of what's it.
That I made in my bathtub that I haven't washed in like 3 weeks. The bathtub is also something I use for the toilet, you know what I mean?
Yep. My thing that kind of makes me laugh is that most of the story is basically about like everyone thinks that these girls are gonna get engaged. Well, by girls I mean two, because they keep forgetting about their last sister, who I just remembered the name of, Margaret. You know, Margaret's like, I don't know, she's somewhere between 14 and 10. They never really specify. All I know is that she's too young to matter. So I'm just like, because I literally thought she was dead half of the daggone story, because she just disappears, you know. But I'm just like, oh, she served literally one purpose, and that was to race her sister down a hill so her sister can fall down said hill and meet Huckster Boy. So, you know, that's literally it. Like, that's all she had going for her. And then she just disappears. I mean, sure, if you want to read Sense and Sensibility, go ahead. It should be in public domain by now.
Let's see.
Like, at least like.
Movie too.
Don't watch the movie. You have to read the book.
No, you don't want to watch the
No. Ew, no. You have to read the book, because if I suffer through a book, you have to suffer too.
The movie has Alan Rickman.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, the guy who played Snape in like the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, great. Oh no. Oh, okay, never mind. Like the guy in Die Hard, because I'm like, Snape. Ew. Wait, guy in Die Hard. You know what they should do? They should totally. Oh my god, they should totally combine the characters. They should literally just Photoshop Snape into the Die Hard movies.
It's like walking away, and then all of a sudden you see the guy from Die Hard pointing the gun at him, gonna shoot him.
Exactly. Hilarious.
Names of the two characters, Eleanor and Marianne, are Noel Dashwood.
Yeah, it's Dashwood, but No, oh, also another weird thing about that book, like almost every single dude, like literally almost every dude in that stupid book is named John. Like their first name is John.
Yeah, John. There's John Dashwood. On Willow something. Part of Will B.
Oh.
And then you've got Sir John Middleton.
Yeah.
Of course, you have a lot of Palmers. Lucy Steele sounds like a rock star name. Never called Miss Steele. Okay. Mr. Harris. Then you got two Elizas, Junior and Senior.
Yep.
Then you've got Mr. Harris. You have Mr. Pratt. And then, yeah, so you got like 3 Johns in here.
Yep. There's like so many Johns, and it's so freaking weird. Like, especially because sometimes they'll forget to call, like, not forget, but like, usually according to like manners or whatever, you're supposed to refer to them by like their last name or some crap. It's like, it's complicated. But the point is that you gotta refer to them by like certain titles. So you'll literally be like, oh yes, Sir John, but then Sir John, and then Mr. John. I'm like, who we talk about? What's going on? Oh, he's quiet. One second. So I'm too loud, and you are.
Make me really loud, where I'm like super.
Is this better?
Like, is it? Am I coming in crystal clear? Hello.
Yeah.
I'll just talk the entire time, you know.
Can you hear? Is he a bit better now?
Yeah. Am I better? Am I doing well? Am I speaking clearly into your ears?
I mean,
I shouldn't talk like that. That's just weird.
That is very weird.
I'm not Vox.
He's so quiet. Kidding. Okay, wait. Let me see. I always run into this lovely issue.
Oh man, the scuff. You know. Oh man,
because I'm also
sweat a little bit.
Because I'm also trying not to blast out my own ears. Is this better?
Am I coming in loud and clear?
Is that it? Is that good?
Am I here? Is that maybe on my end, maybe? Because like you're getting the audio from Discord, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe let me check my audio. You know, my input volume is up all the way.
Yeah, no, I did put mine up, so I'm not sure because I don't know how to test this sort of thing without it just popping through twice or whatever.
Yeah, like having like that echo effect sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. But is this any better? Is this any better, everybody?
Yeah, am I coming in? Corwin, we're putting you on the spot here. You know?
As we talk about Jane Austen. I'm actually gonna try and marathon like all the major books just to see what happens. If I say, there's like 5 or 6 major ones.
Oh man, if there's 3 I would have done it, but like 5?
No, you're an ad. Well, let me know. Let me know when you get back out.
Oh, I'm in an ad.
Damn.
Okay, fine, you're not allowed. Okay, who else can hear us? You know, Dark Ryu VT, can you hear what we're talking?
Dark Ryu VT. As I
loud and clear. We're transferring job positions over to people in the chat. Passing over responsibility.
I'm trying to figure this out here.
Before I started doing this, before I came on the stream, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on a run to get rid of the nerves, you know, to get like not get so nervous. Like, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, go on like a 3-mile run. That'll help, you know. And then I get off of the treadmill, and I'm just like, oh, now my legs are all shaky. Oh, it's making me more nervous. Oh no, you know.
It's like, oh no.
And then, you know, it's like in that mindset of like, I'm gonna be like, okay, hello everyone, my name is. I catch my breath still. You know, it's just like.
He's like, well, it's like, alas, today's guest is half dead.
It's like, oh yeah, and it became an embarrassing stream or an ASMR, depending on whoever, you know, what kind of ASMR you listen to.
An ASMR.
You know, where it's just like, oh, the pant in my ears ASMR. Oh, yeah, I know what time this is.
That is so freaking weird.
I don't know. I have no idea if those things exist.
I mean,
I have seen somewhere. I'm like, what's happening?
They probably do. They probably do.
You know what? Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably like one of those ASMRs where you're like, where are they? Let me tell you, if you need to find out where they are, you're gonna have to delete your internet history. I'm just saying, because you don't want anyone else to find it. You gotta clean the algorithm. You gotta clean the algorithm. Hard drive, you know. Like, don't want anyone to discover that I listen to these kind of ASMRs. Private.
Is that like no one get that loud?
No one must know that I listen to Castor panting into the microphone. Now, I've never done those personally, but
it's like just panting at the microphone.
Money, you know.
Are you like admitting to a secret side job you do?
No. I just you know, theorize that they exist somewhere out there. I'm just saying.
Hey, Curious, hello. How does everything sound?
Yeah. You now have the duties of being the audio engineer now. How's everything coming along?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out some audio, which I don't know. Can you guys still hear him? Does he still sound quiet?
Yeah, am I coming out like, you know, loud and clear? Am I coming out like you know, like I'm far away and like you know, it's so yeah, anyway, yeah, totally. I agree. Loud and clear on his end.
Yay, am I loud and clear on my end?
No, all of a sudden, Timmy, I can't hear you.
Well, shit. Oh my god, I swear to god, me and freaking audios, man. What's me in the freaking audios?
It's like Semi and audio props. Name a better duo. Oh, wait. That's what it is.
Yep. Okay, it's good now.
Okay, good.
Woo!
Now I could say really cringy stuff and everyone would be like, aha, clip that, you know.
Yeah, now we can go back to talk about weird Regency novels from like England or whatever.
Yeah, that we totally read with the utmost respect, that we don't make fanfic of, you know. Where we don't go, you know what, I think I would make a better character. Allow me to make this OC that no one else must know about.
I probably am gonna like fanfic super hard after this though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yourself and it Semi's just
like look, that's how I process. Like every single time I have to read a book, I have to, in order for me to truly process it, I have to fanfic it. I have to make a full-on fanfic about everything I'm reading. Yes, even the stuff I had to read back in school, I had to make fanfics about in order to understand, and also struggle not to turn in those fanfics into my teacher and be judged hilariously. No, that didn't happen. Shut up.
Oh, no, if it did happen, let me tell you. If that happened, and you were like, all right, here's my report, and they're just like, so, Semi, I got your paper that you handed in. Like, yeah, it's pretty good, right? So, why is it like 3 pages of just like, I can't repeat it, but you know what I mean? You know?
Oh, that, well... I'll just be like, oh my god, it seems that my older siblings' weird fanfic ended up in my homework by accident. Damn.
Gotcha, it's just a prank.
It's just a... Does anyone ever fall for that, though? Does anyone ever be like, it's a prank, bro? And they're like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't think anyone ever does that.
I mean, I had to do that once where we had, like, an assignment where we were watching Game of Thrones, and they were like, okay, so how would you write the story differently? And I'm like, so we're encouraged to make fanfic? All right, you know, I'll do it. So I ended up doing, like, the typical, I make an OC, and they do this, and they're like this, and then the story would unfold like this. The kicker is that I was supposed to only make it, like, 2 pages. I made it, like, 5.
Oh, well, damn. Well...
And I was like, oh, I mean, I gotta make a beginning, middle, and end, right? Like,
sure.
You know?
Yeah, I had to, like, I made, like, every single time I write anything as an assignment, it's always like weirdly depressing, but like I never see it as depressing at the time. I'll be like, because like, man, high school and college is when I was actually edgy for like, and I wasn't even angry or sad or anything. I was just like, oh my god, I want to write exciting stuff like a dystopia where people get kidnapped and trying to live in a train, and there's nothing but anarchy and fire everywhere. And they're like, wow, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I saw this in anime. And they're like, oh, that explains it.
We're playing a lot of Fallout games, you know, so everyone's, you know, I've done that too, where I'm like, I'll put in some Sizo Chesto. Thanks, Kippy. I'm assuming that's me.
It might be. We don't know. It might be the guy from the novel.
Yeah, you just wrote it in like the fanfic. It's just like he has like a chest the size of a barrel, you know. Oh, such a big burly man. He was so
like I have to do it in olding. I have to do it in like, you know, fancy speech. It's like, and he was a large man. He had the chest the size of an oxen, I swear. But I wasn't looking for too long because that would be indecent. But for the time that I was looking, he was quite fine to look upon.
It's just like constant page after page after page, just describing every single muscle detail.
I like how they use the word handsome, to be quite honest. It's like, that's like my favorite thing, because like nowadays we only equate handsome with like men, but like back then basically pretty much everything that was not just super, like a lot of like things were just called handsome. Like girls were handsome, horses were handsome, cars were handsome, and I'm just like, handsome is just a really fun word.
The flowers in the field were quite handsome.
Though funny enough,
and they all have like these like Giga Chad chins, you know.
Flowers with Giga Chad chins. Oh my god. Like, yeah, I just, because I also like, you ever hear like the Giga Chad music? You know? I'm just imagining that whenever, like, you just look at a flower and it turns around, it's just this guy's face with a gigantic chin. Just like...
Oh, yeah, exactly.
God. Anyway, so, but like I don't know, I just like when they're just like, ah, yes, he had like this type of countenance and he was quite handsome. Or my favorite, they were not very handsome, but they were still good looking. And I'm like, what do you mean, Jane? Like every single time they're like, ah, yeah, she wasn't quite handsome, but she was still lovely to look upon. I'm like, so
she was like, you know, like a 7 out of 10 or something.
7 out of 10.
That's what it comes off as.
I kind of wish they did like start like doing stuff like that. It's like, oh yes, and in my opinion, she was a 7 out of 10. Like,
yeah, you know, like, it was great, but she lost points, you know, because like the nose, you know, was angled in a bit weird way, you know.
Or maybe they had weird hair. I don't know. It was.
And then like they have like charts at the end of the book to be like, so this was the final rec. Like the ranking, the tier list, you know.
Here's a sliding scale of handsome. Like
all Johns were on A tier, main characters S tier, you know.
The best looking dude was apparently the most evil, so there's that.
Oh, so he's like, well, I mean, I guess so. It's like, oh, I knew it. The most handsome one. We said handsome twice, and we meant it. She was the most evil.
It's like, oh no, oh god, he did it. Well, apparently he actually he had because I thought like they kind of keep it ambiguous at first, but I actually thought he like knocked up the 17-year-old.
Oh no.
Well, because they kind of make it sound like he did, but he did not. He knocked up somebody else, and then he just knocked up somebody, left her in a drug den, and left. I'm just like, what?
It's just like you knocked them up? No. But you did knock somebody up, right? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I knocked up somebody, and I now ran away with this rich, ugly lady. I mean, sorry, she's not ugly. She's just not handsome. I'm like,
who did you knock up? Oh, you'll see.
It's fine, Jack. Hello, welcome in. Welcome to the outside chat. Well, we are chatting while arting or something. I don't know. We're just talking about Jane Austen.
Exactly. Every time you mention Jane Austen, I just think Steve Austin, like the wrestler.
Steve Austin.
So I just like imagine her being like just super buff, like, you know,
writing
the book furiously.
Wait 1 second. I'm gonna take a slight detour right quick. I have to do something. So we're gonna look up Steve Austin right quick. So we're gonna look up Steve Austin. So God damn, why can't I spell? Oh my god. Okay, so we got Stone Cold Steve.
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin, yeah.
Okay, which I guess I should just give the picture of him while he's bald.
Yeah, it's the bald one. That's like the iconic one with the goatee. Let's
see. Okay. 1 second. Wait. Which one do I'm gonna use this one. We're just gonna use this one right quick. Don't worry. This is still arting. You're kind of wrestling related.
Yeah, I am.
Exactly. So you're kind of wrestling related. You know.
I grapple. It is. Yeah.
Okay, now let me go find a picture of Jane Austen. 1 second.
Oh boy. Get her giving the double fingers, her holding like 2 pens.
AJ, you can't eat me. Let's see.
Instead of eating you, I'm gonna eat you. No, AJ, I'm gonna eat you. Okay.
Okay, which horror?
Okay, and I need that protein.
Okay, wait. Do I want like? No, I'm gonna get a painting of her just looking like she just doesn't want to be here today. Perfect.
Every painting back in the day.
Well, you had to stay still for so frickin' long, you know. You had to stay still for. Let's see.
Just a crop out her head.
No. No, I'm gonna.
An image that's the exact same angle. I learned it of wrestling before C19 hit. Oh, it was fun. Yeah, same here. I did some wrestling training. You learn how to take like chops in the chest, and if you know what a chop is, they hurt for real. Like it's no joke. You can't fake that. It's like an open palm slap to the chest, and it's brutal.
I can imagine.
The way to think your sauna looks like it had a spray tan. What do you mean sauna with a capital? Huh? There you go. Yeah. It's like why did you write the way the book is like that? It was so weird. She just does this. She just does that.
She just does that. Oh my. This looks so great. So we're just gonna combine the two as is normal. This is the normal response.
There you go, yeah. Now people say, haters say that this is fake. It isn't. This is something that they originally had as the painting, but they were like, you know what? Seems too aggressive.
Oh wait, I gotta do something stupid. Let's see. Alright.
AJ redeemed head pats. Oh yeah. I don't get that.
Sorry, we can't afford to give you head pats, my man.
That's true. I don't want you don't want to mess up this hair, because then it's pretty much all curly and crazy after, like when I wake up. Even then straightening it. No.
So you basically just look like a very hilarious sheep?
Pretty much, yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay. As people are wondering, what's up, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm making art.
What art stream is this? I went to join an art stream, not a Photoshop stream. What is this?
Photoshop is art, in theory.
It is. Technically, yeah. I'm sorry, but he looks constipated. Talking about me? Let me tell you. You're technically correct. You know exactly where this face is from. You're technically correct. But not in the way that you think.
You're technically
Trust me. I would give a link to like the origin of it. But you may be at work and it's not safe for that. And let me tell you,
oh my.
Saving you a little bit of bit of your innocence,
No my. We gotta save that innocence.
Horwin says, if me spending 3 hours drawing Blorboss is art, this is art too.
Yep.
What's Blorboss art?
Oh shit, I don't know.
Is that a term that it's like making like slime art kind of thing? Like making little blob slimes?
I I think Blorgos might be like something else entirely, actually.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Orbos, they gremlins. Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, you know, I know types of gremlins. Like, we're talking like gremlins, like the movie from like the movie Gremlins, or we're talking like gremlins like.
Don't mind me.
Giant.
Okay, today we are joined by a special guest, Stone Cold Jane Austen.
Stone Cold Jane Austen, you know, one of the greatest writers of all time. You know, is absolutely, you know, has the attitude. I love how she looks so disapprovingly at both of us. Like, she heard us talking about her book.
She's,
you know what, how I feel.
She's like, I heard you were talking shit. Like, this is like, I'm just like, I heard you were talking shit about my novels. My characters are perfect. Shut up.
Talking trash about her book. And she's like, you know, at that point where that guy knocks up that girl was like that was like the magnum opus of the book. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't. Someday we'll get a random Stone Cold Jane Austen. Charges this. Also, thank you for the care combo. Oh god, let's see. I stretch my posture. My posture. I don't even know my posture doing. But I'm drinking some water though.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta stretch. You know, the thing is, I recently bought a new chair, and let me tell you, I'm sitting in this new chair, and I'm like more comfortable. I was sitting on like pretty much a stool, so it's like when I'm sitting in the chair, I'm like, oh, my posture is so much better. You know, I'm not like all slouched. Stone Cold Jane Austen.
I just love random outlook.
I just love how you still got like the paint strokes of the face. It's like so high quality, but at the same time not, because it's like really weird.
It's so dumb. People just gonna be like, what in the... Not again. Oh my god, I'm so... Because I just like making fun of Jane Austen. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Okay, so...
Oh yeah. It's probably like the greatest pieces of art we're making right now. Which we still have the butter redeem. We don't have the butter redeem?
Well, technically, there is no butter redeem. I just butter people upon my fancy.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. That's basically how that works. Just, you know, just buttering people, you know, what I feel like.
I think it was like a little bit of like one of those moments where, you know, if we had the butter redeem, it's like, I think a lot of people would get too buttered up, you know? And you're gonna butter me, I'm guessing? Yeah, that's right. Right, butter me up.
I'm buttering you in appropriate places, because otherwise it'll look
You gotta be like, I've gotta butter in a respectful and, you know, totally non-suspicious way. You gotta also butter up Stone Cold Jane Austen as well.
Oh god, why do I always have like, everyone's like, oh yes, I'm gonna make this cute stuff and it's gonna be great, and I'm just like, Stone Cold Jane Austen.
It's the best thing. It's the best thing.
I get every single fucking time. Oh. Winnie the Pooh has been summoned.
Put on the Pooh voice.
No!
I can't do Pooh's voice. I can't.
Well, look, because it sounds really weird. Like...
Yeah, I mean, like, because it's voiced by a voice actor who's like, he always sounds like this, you know, kind of thing. And then he puts on the voice like this, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, because like, because the reason I say it's a weird voice is if you actually hear the Winnie the Pooh voice applied to a non-Winnie the Pooh character, it sounds really weird. Because everyone's used to coming, because like because this voice actor basically did a lot of stuff for Disney. So there was this one little it wasn't a short, but it was a shorter movie. It was about a house. Yeah, there's a car and then there's a house, and the house is like, oh behold, I be house in the countryside, and it talks about the march of progress and how shitty it is to live in the city, I guess. And like, it's really funny because the house is just literally vibing and all this violent stuff happens around this house to the point where the house is like, well, I'm gonna be repossessed, I guess. And then it turns out they just moved the house back out into the countryside.
Semi with muscles totally cursed.
Yes, this is correct.
Do you, I mean, yeah, do you ever want to, like, if someone came up and was like, hey, I want you to draw yourself, and you're like, great, and you're like, but I want you to be like super jacked, like I
would draw it as cursed as possible. I'd make it look dumb.
like bucko sort of thing.
Like maybe not that, but just because that takes a lot of, that's like very painful. Right? Yeah, I'm just like, I can't be going to like Baki levels. That would hurt. Like that would.
Classic Broly level with like the huge bowling ball shoulders.
Yeah, we don't need that happening. We don't need that. Like,
honestly, there were times when I was like developing my current model, and I was just like, I kind of want those Broly shoulders. I don't know. Does anyone else have that? I feel like I'd stand out a lot, and I'm like,
I mean, you would certainly stand out, right? Then you'd start getting all the weird gym bros being like, "Hey, what are your gains?" or whatever,
natty, baby.
or whatever gym guys say. Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I go to the gym, I always have my headphones on and I just stare at people. I never actually like talk to anybody, so you know.
For how long do you stare? Are we talking like 2 seconds? 2 minutes?
That's a very good question. I don't know.
Where are you staring?
Look, I make sure to put, like, because I like to use like the treadmill, and I'll just be like staring at like the workout area right in front of me.
Just staring at the wall.
Yeah, the wall that, the transparent wall that leads into the workout area where all the guys are jacked doing weightlifting.
You're just like, hey, I'm just really focused right now, and you're like catching glances in the mirror. Like,
exactly. I'm just like, yeah, I'm totally like, you know, like, yeah, I'm definitely focused on this workout I am doing. Yes, you know.
You ever have to like do a moment where you look at someone through the mirror and they look back at you and you have to do like the, I'm not looking now.
No, I never do that. I intensify my stare, and then we just have this weird stare down because it's always the same guy, you know.
It's the same guy looking at you. Is it like, is he kind of like gives you a thumbs up, like, yeah, or just like, is he like not blinking?
It's like the weird. Okay, how do I describe this? Because it always sounds awful. So it's basically this. We've seen each other for years now. I know what you're doing here, madam. I'm not going to tell you to stop because I'm here for the same reason. I understand you, but I'm also judging you. That is the look we give each other.
Yeah, I got the same thing, too. I mean, obviously with a body like mine, of course. But, you know, you kind of sit there and you know, you get the people that will look, and you kind of look at them and they do like the, I'm not looking, just sort of go glancing over, you know.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not getting anybody that satisfaction. You're gonna get a full on straight up stare down from me, buddy.
like that 2-finger point with the eyes, then point at them.
Yep.
Like,
I'm like, look.
I don't know.
Like we both know what we're doing here.
That silent understanding.
Yeah, because like when you go to the same gym long enough, you know, like the same 10 regulars, because it's always 10. Okay. It's never, if you think it's more than 10, it's not. It's always gonna just be 10 for some reason. Yeah.
It's always like that too. Like, you know, where it's kind of weird to like get like approached by people in the gym, and even though they're not approaching you with romantic intent or flirty attempt, it's just more like they'll ask like, so like, can you tell me like how do you get like that kind of like pump or something.
Mm-hmm.
When as soon as I see them coming, I'm just like, what do you want? What do you want? Like mentally in my mind, I'm just like, oh no, what are they gonna ask?
I don't know what they're gonna ask. I thankfully never get that, just because like I guess it's because I always just look really intense when I'm at the gym, because number one, I have resting bitch face sometimes, and also because well, the same guys know what I'm doing there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I get that too. Like there are times where I'm working out at the gym and I'm like super focused and I look angry and I'm like I'm not angry. I'm just kind of like more like focused. And people give this look like, why does he look like he's like, you know, if I approach him, he's just gonna like, you know, like throw the dumbbell at me. I'm like, no, it's just, I'm trying to like focus, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I get you. But yeah, it's
I guess that's my resting bitch face, I guess.
Like, it's just really funny when you're just there long enough and you're just like, they're just like, yep, this is just our life now. Just pretend everything's fine. Like everything, like there's nothing weird here. And then you gotta go through the, you know, the thing where like, was it like between like, you know, January and February, everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight or whatever, and you're like, oh god damn it.
New year, new me, baby. You know, yeah.
And I hate it, because then you're like, oh great, I'm waiting forever to use the stupid machine.
Yeah, oh totally. Like there was I remember like literally like a month ago, I was like well, not a month ago, but like December. But I remember like mid-January I go to the gym and it's like it just was super busy. I go there today and it's like, yeah, people are just like, it was like half empty. And I'm like, well, that's weird, you know, because I went at the time when like everyone's like off work. Yeah. You know? And it's like, it's kind of weird how it's just like, just not as busy. And I'm like, what happened? I'm like, oh, it's near the end of January, so people probably tried like an hour, or like not an hour, a month of the gym, like a trial, and then we're like, done. You got boxed, Semi.
Yeah, Techno Satan's still in effect, so just be wary that we're gonna have shitty sound again.
I'll do the sound effect. I'll keep an eye on the chat, see the redeems, and be like, oh yeah, I'll do the sound effect. Also, Jack, if you want to know about my, like, because I haven't gone full Eldritch yet, because I have to draw that, and that's hard. But if you're asking about like my half Eldritch, where I'm like mostly Eldritch one, like the one that everybody sees, that one is like twice my height, so it's like, I don't know. I mean, 8'6" is pretty good, even though the two numbers 86, that's like a restaurant term. Yeah, I'll just
round. It's about 20 feet. Like, that's also why I don't change into my Eldritch form indoors, because I would basically do that breaking through the walls type of situation. Like, I go in for Demolition Man, you know.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah,
like Juggernaut from like the X-Men.
Yeah, because I'm not one of those people who ignore how tall things are, where they're like, I'm like 80 feet tall, and then they just kind of ignore what that means, you know?
Oh God, you gave me an idea for like a meme I'm gonna do. If you send me the head of your Eldritch form, I will make a meme out of it. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I could send that to you. I could send that to you. But like, because like, that's why like, because if you actually look at it, like, my Eldritch form is hilariously big. Like, it's really big. Like, I will literally, like, you cannot fit me into a one-room type of situation because, like, of how big I am. So I'm like, no, I'd have to go outside into the parking lot and change, because if I do it indoors, you're going to end up with some walls, like, collapsing. Probably the roof is going to fall off or whatever, you know. As you do.
That happens commonly, you know.
Yeah, because like that's like, because there's nothing more annoying than people be like, oh yes, I'm 20 feet tall, and then they don't know what the fuck that even means. You know, I'm just like, oh.
20 feet tall, you know.
Yeah, but I'm just like, oh, okay. So how do you get into buildings? And they're like, what do you mean? I just use the front door, or even better, I use the window. And I'm like, you spatially unaware. Anyway. Like, because I'm like, look, if you're gonna pick a character, commit to the bit. Don't just say that just to be like, you know, like that. Like, and that's just a personal pet peeve. You can be as petty as you want, but for me, it pisses me off when people choose a size and then they don't incorporate what that even means. Like, I talk about my horns hitting the top of door frames all the time, even when I duck, because that's actually what happens. You know, I commit to the bit, people.
Exactly. And it's like me with my shoulders. You know, I can't really. I have to like kind of walk in sideways.
You just like trying to. You kind of like are absentmindedly walking in. Not only do you hit your head on the top of the door, but you get stuck in the door.
I come in and it's like every time I walk into a room, it's like, all right, everybody, everyone here, and Castor's got he's got drywall bits on him. I think we all know what happened here. You know?
Like, this is you. You're like, it's like, you're just like,
exactly. Just
like you're just like,
like
you just like cause cracks in the freaking door, just like in everything. You're just like, oh well. You're like,
no, it's
you're just like, well. You're just like freaking cracks in everything. Alright, let's give you a t-shirt. We're giving you a t-shirt so we can have a TOS. There you go. We did. Shirt.
Yeah. An apron. It looks like I'm wearing like a blacksmith apron.
Oh yeah, there you go. You're wearing you're wearing a shirt apron.
Exactly.
So I had to do the rest so it doesn't look like you're not wearing pants.
yeah. You can see I'm wearing like a rope for a belt, you know, like a karate gi, you know. So it's totally
Exactly.
fine.
And you're just like, you just literally walk in and you're just like bonk. You just it's just like, well. See, this here is tall people problems. This is tall problems. You know.
We struggle, you know.
Exactly. You shorties don't understand. You guys want to be tall. Like, imagine getting like hitting things all the time. Even though I'm gonna do chandeliers. There's a reason I don't have chandeliers in my house, because I'd smack them all the time, and I get little glass everywhere. It would suck.
See, you know, short people are lucky because they can like swing on the chandelier and it won't like fall. You know. So
Oh my god.
like, go crazy, and it's like for me, it's like. Nah, can't, because as soon as I just grab it, and it's like try swinging on it. It's like, no, it's a bad idea.
Oh my god, I just imagine, like, because Lucian also like has like really like wide hips. I just imagine Lucian gets straight up stuck. Like, this is why I keep the extra butter around to help everybody to, you know, to squeeze
Exactly.
it.
You're doing them a favor by buttering up the chat. You're just like, okay,
Exactly. It's
so, trust me. When you go into a store today, you're gonna be like, oh, it's a good thing that Semi buttered me before I even went in.
It's like, now I'm prepared. Oh my god. Let's see here.
The chat says, Coco entering doors is like a dog that's got its branch too big for a door. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, pretty much. Just super
yeah, like
fun.
when I get stuck going through doors in my midway form, full size, it's like double doors or nothing, pretty much. Yeah.
Or heaven forbid, goddamn, like, have you actually ever, like, wrestled with a revolving door? I have. I have to go through there, like, really, like, it looks really funny when I have to do it, because, like, I could get stuck. Like, no.
Literally wrestling with a double door, like taking off the hinges and like putting it in like the Cobra clutch or something.
Yes.
You
No,
know,
well,
yeah,
no, I
that's
just
not-
kick it in and it just starts spinning in, and it causes a bunch of mass havoc, so they just...
Yeah, you put them on like your shoulders, like John Cena sort of
Yeah,
style.
exactly. Like, you know, hit it with a chair. Like...
Yeah, exactly. You go up from like the top rope and just elbow drop it, you know.
Double doors are nothing. Also, hey, McMean, welcome in, hello. Yes, we're fighting door. Yes, we are.
Doors have had it good for too long.
They
Stairs.
exactly. We need to fight the doors. We have to fight against their tyranny.
Exactly. You know what? That's why. Here's the thing. That's why everyone always says you gotta go for the open windows, not the doors. You know?
It's like, what do you mean? How do you fight a door? You just punch it. You know, show it who's boss.
Exactly. We just, you just do the, typical,
You fight the door the same way you would fight a tree.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You just, you go in head first. Sometimes literally.
At first.
Depending on if you have horns.
Fun fact: I've actually a closet door actually fell on my head once.
How did that happen?
And I didn't fall all the way over my head, but I basically put I basically did end up making like cracking the other side. Like it went through that much.
Oh damn. You didn't get any like stuck in the horns where you're like, well, it's like I'm
Like no,
serious.
it fell at an angle that just literally hit me square in the forehead. It was really funny.
Oh damn.
And it's like,
how does that even happen though? I mean, like, did you really, like loosen it up or?
no, like I think we were like, it was like a really weird circumstance. All I remember is it just started because it was one of those sliding doors, and it came off the hinges and it fell sideways and it hit me square in the face. And I'm just like, well.
Was it like one of those like? Did it have like a mirror attached to it? Because some of the
No,
sliding
thankfully
doors-
no. It was just the thin wood. But I was just like, and all you hear is just a big old crack. I'm like, well, because I'm sitting there for a good minute, being like, did I like? Because it never occurred to me that I should see a doctor or something. I'm just like, did I just break the door? Crap.
You're sitting there, like,
How am I gonna
your head
explain
down,
this?
like, you're like, yeah, I got concussed, but that's kind of amazing.
It's like,
Yeah,
wait, do I have any blood? No, take that door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My head is literally strong.
Exactly. Oh, Lord. Like my priorities were weird when I was younger. Where I'm just like, yes, I did not like take that door. Not instead of maybe I should see a doctor.
I had like those weird things too. Like, I was one of those people growing up that was like, when you have like the slides, right? Like I don't know if you've ever been going on like slides, like winter, like sleds and stuff, like on hills and everything.
No, ew, gross.
So when it snows in some places, they have like these places that you can go and like bring like a sled and stuff. You go down a hill and everything. It's a lot of fun. I was one of those that would be like, I want to get like run over by like everyone's sled because I'd flip into the air and I'd be totally flying. It was just like, I don't know why. I was just like, hey, yeah, hit me. I'll just like spin, It'd be really funny.
Like I do like imagine you getting like slammed into just spinning in the air. But like,
I don't know why. Like, it was extremely dangerous. I never got hurt, but it was just one of those things where I'm like, I look back on it now, I'm like, was I stupid?
I actually have had a concussion before. It was
Oh God.
like a straight up concussion. And I had, not only did I have a concussion, I also went into a coma.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think I might have talked about it on stream before, but yeah, I actually because of my gosh darn ghetto childhood,
Oh, God.
the swings, the teacher was on the other side of the building so she could smoke. It was just leaving a bunch of kids together. Our swings were basically made of Kraft cheese, and so I was swinging on there, and then I ended up getting launched off the bloody thing and ended up landing head first, and I'm lying there, and then one of the kids took me to the nurse's office, but we didn't have a nurse. We had some lady, and
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, so don't fall asleep. And then she just hits me in the head with a bag of ice.
That's one of the scariest things about getting concussed is that it was always the typical yeah, don't fall asleep. And I'm like, why? Because I won't wake up, and it's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm super young at the time, so, and no one explains that to you. They just say, they actually, whenever, I can distinctly remember anytime someone told me not to fall asleep about something, they never told me why, and so I would ignore it. So, I went to, so obviously, I'm just like, man, this lady doesn't know what she's talking about, I'm going to sleep. So I did. And I woke up in the hospital.
Oh, damn.
It was the worst thing is to me, I didn't feel like I was going to sleep. I felt like I blinked one last time and then I'm suddenly somewhere else. That's what was so freaky about it.
That's frightening, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally when you're kind of sleepy and you close your eyes but you're just not, but you're not asleep. That's what happened to me, but then I suddenly open my eyes and I'm literally in a completely different place screaming because I'm like, what's going on? And
that's really scary.
And again, and the things, I didn't know I was in the coma for a straight up week. I did not know.
Oh my God.
I found out years later. I'm just because it was the funny thing about that is when I was in a coma, because I was in elementary school and we were moving at the same time because we moved a lot when I was younger. My elementary school, no joke, thought I died.
Oh my God.
And the reason I found that out is because the girl who helped me to the nurse's office, she's like staring at me in a Walmart, and I'm like, why are you looking at me? And she's just like, hey, are you Sammy? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh my god, we thought, oh, you're alive. And I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah. They're like, we thought you were dead. And I'm like, what?
What's the idea that like the school never like updated the students at all?
Like, no, my mom just like ghosted everybody. And so like, and then when I went home, I'm like, okay, wait, let me confirm, because we got cards and stuff, and I'm just like, so I'm literally digging up the cards and stuff, and it's like, sorry for your lot. What the crap?
Oh my God.
And then I'm just like, Mom, what is that? She's like, oh yeah, because the thing is, my mom can't read. So she she didn't think, and my dad was too like, my dad didn't really look either. My mom can read. She just thought they were being nice. And I'm just like, I'm like, Mom, we could have sued the school for so much daggone money, man. Dang. This is due to negligence.
Done that 100%, yeah.
I could have been rich, you know? But like, yeah, and so I'm just like, but they thought, because what happened is, because again, I thought I was only unconscious for like a day, but because it was for a week, my parents just finished moving during that time, and I just went to a different school. And I'm just like, well,
Just
I'm like,
seriously disappeared, and we're like, what happened to her?
yeah, and like, I'm just like,
No idea.
because the reason I actually ended up going to an actual seizure is like, they called my mom, and like, my mom was like with one of my evil aunts. I have like 4, but they're like evil aunts, and like, they like, this lady's just like, I mean, she's just sleeping, she'll be fine. So they went to go they literally went shopping instead of taking me to the frickin' hospital, you know. And they left me in the car in the frickin' like it wasn't summer, but it was still pretty hot. They left me in the car to go shopping. They come back and I'm frothing at them out. They're like, oh god, we should probably go to the hospital. And I'm just like, yeah, she would definitely leave me for dead.
Yeah, just like, all right, I gotta get out of this place.
And then after that, and because my mom thought I was done for, she like called my dad, who works on a freaking boat, and it's just like, yeah, your daughter might be dead, you might want to go see her. And so for me, because I was little, I'm like, Dad came home, yeah! And I like, it's again, I thought he like teleported there, because I did not understand the concept of he physically works in a different location. So I'm like, because he's like usually on a boat, so the fact that he managed to get home, I never connected that. Wait, he got to me within a week.
Just like, oh well, you know, he just was a little bit like, you know, he walked. That's what happened.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, yeah, I don't care what's going on, Dad's home, woo! And then like later, like years later, I'm just like, man, I was dumb.
One of those situations where it's like, your dad's home, and they're like, ah, my daughter's a zombie.
Yeah, they're like just like, mom's like, your daughter might be dead. You might want to come see her. I'm just
I
like,
like the idea, like, might be dead, might be. I don't know. You gotta see for yourself. Who knows? I have no idea. I can't measure this.
to be fair, my mom's like an HR nightmare. They had to lock her in a closet because she was being such a interesting individual. Yeah, because okay. So, fun fact about my hilarious mom, who was the eldest being out of the two, by the way, is she basically she gets like Hulk strength when she's mad or upset.
Oh, okay.
So she can straight up body people.
Oh my god.
So they literally have to put her in a place where she cannot physically, you know, throw and or wrestle and or body slam people.
It's like you sit there being like, we better like make sure we don't get her upset. Why? This wall's not gonna last.
Yeah, she actually did bring a door at the hospital.
Oh my god.
Like straight up broke a door, and I'm like, how have you never been fined and or arrested? And she's like, I don't know, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I love my mom, but I'm like, but because I've known this my entire life, whenever she gets angry, I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna have a swinging shot.
Yeah, you're just like, whew, glad that's not me.
Like, it's kind of funny, like, just like, I mean, I'm not gonna do too much because some people do find it upsetting when I talk about my childhood because it's kind of dark. But like the sheer amount of times I've used an ice bag to hit my mom.
You use it?
Yeah, I used a giant, like one of those gigantic ice bags to smack my mom. Because I'm like, wait, she's out of it. She ain't gonna remember nothing.
You just come in like, you're just like, all right, in 24 hours, this ice pack will be incredibly solid. That is my time.
Like, I'm just like, man, like, I was like,
caught on, like going like, uh-oh, Semi's going to the refrigerator. Oh god.
no, because like, because of her condition, she actually, once it starts, it's like she blanks out. So she will legitly not remember, and it's really funny. Like, she will not connect to like why she's suddenly on the floor surrounded by ice cubes. She will just not connect that. And like,
you just make like that like chalk outline style of ice cubes, or just all around her.
yeah, we were just. I'm just like, you know, like, I'm like, man, my mom's durable, because like, if you got hit point blank in the head with a gigantic ice bag, I don't think you'd be okay.
Like, immediately as soon as you said that, I'm just like, oh god, like.
And this would happen like all the time, and I'm just like, wow, my mom's like durable. Damn.
Yeah, at one point she gets so resistant to it, and she's just like throwing a bag at her, and she just goes like, ha, that all you got?
I was like, oh god! The ice bags aren't working! The ice bags aren't working!
When Super Saiyan.
Get the bricks! Oh god.
It's just like, okay, I need to get like those plastic ice things, you know, like the blue liquid, I need that.
Like I can't help but like whenever I look back on it, I can't help but think of it as funny just because it kind of is. like I'm sorry, some people are like, oh my god, that's so horrible. I'm like, look, that was funny at the time.
It was like, you know, yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, like, I know it's like one of those things where it's like, what, you never had that? And people are like, no, that wasn't normal. It's like, oh, well, it was normal to me, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty much how things work with me, where I'm like, I actually thought all this was normal. Like, what do you mean you don't, like, you know, basically have Mortal Kombat with your mom on the stairs? Yeah. And they're like, what?
What are you talking about, you know?
You know, and I guess because I don't really describe it as, like, horrifying, because, again, like, through my lens, because it was like this my entire life, and I had no frame of reference, because, like, everyone else in our family was fundamentally worse. I'm like, man, it's fine.
Yeah, just like, well, at least it's not like this, you know? Totally.
No. Yeah, my dad has always been hilariously chill about it, so he's just like, yeah, no, that's fine. I'm like, okay, cool.
Just comes home, he's like, why is she unconscious with all the ice cubes? And you're just like,
well, he's so bad, he literally will not ask questions. He'll just be like, well, okay.
He just lets out like a sigh, like,
He would just kind of pick her up and put her in the recliner or something. He's just like there's a reason that I say whelp a lot, because he would do that all the time. He's just like, he just looked down, he's like, whelp.
All right.
I'm like, all right. Like, he wouldn't even say sorry, you know. He's like, it's just how it is, I guess. Like, I'm like, I realize now my dad kind of hit a point where he's like, this is my life now and I can't escape.
Yeah, at least you could have like elevated the situation, being like, I guess you could say you put her on ice. You know, it's just like,
he's probably, he was too tired. He's like, my wife is on the ground and my daughter looks like she committed a murder. I'm going to bed.
She just stands there evilly, just looking at me.
And then my second daughter is playing with Legos. This is fine. Like my dad's like the dog with the fire in the kitchen or whatever. That's my dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's just like, this is. Oh Lord. Like, it wasn't always bad, but it's like whenever I describe it, though, it really does sound like one of those out of those over the top comedies that are secretly kind of terrifying when you think about them too long.
Oh yeah.
It's like one of those. Also, I'm putting you in a sweater.
Nice. Putting me in a sweater.
Yeah, you're gonna need a sweater.
Yeah. Gonna have a made by who? Who made the sweater?
Genghis Khan.
Okay, cool. I like Genghis Khan. You know, he's got a cool mustache.
Exactly.
He's got a hat and all that.
Exactly. He's got a hat. You know, he's right. Oof. Hi, Milky. Hello. Techno Satan has invaded the sound quality again, as is tradition. Of course it.
Not long.
No, not long. Like,
that's my intrusive thought. You know.
Intrusive. These guys was not real long.
Nope, not yet.
You know. He just starts stripping at will. Let's see.
It's just out of nowhere. It's just like, all right, here you go, Caster. Here's a sweater. I'm just gonna, I got you some matching mittens. Turn back around. It's just immediately sweater's gone.
Yep.
It's just like, what happened to it? Like, what are you talking about?
I used a disappearing thread, Mr. Bond.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, why'd that happen? You're like, what?
He's like, he's like, I've been waiting for you, Mr. Bond. He just puts him in disappearing clothing. Oh, Lord. That'd be funny as shit. I'm not allowed to ever capture Mr. Bond, apparently, because I would do stupid shit like that.
Yeah, it's one of like those James Bond things where it's just like, why is every time it's like the laser trap to the crotch? Why is it always that?
I don't know. Why is that? Like, why do they do that? Why don't they like get people like, like start like shooting, like don't start nowhere, actually start like at the shin or something so they can't run away,
Yeah, exactly.
Or even better, just have it be like the laser that only affects fabric for no particular reason, and just do that.
Milky asks, hey, Semi. So, Semi, should I put The Exorcist under company expenses?
No, we don't do that here.
No.
You pay with that for your own money.
Exactly. It's like you got to go and solve the problem yourself. You know?
Exactly.
You get rid of the rat problem. You don't hire an exterminator. You go into the vents yourself.
Exactly. Show those rats who's boss.
Exactly. You're like, this is my office.
This is my office. Screw you, rats. Wait, what? What do you mean, what? That you heard me. Go deal with the rats yourself. Show them who's boss.
Yeah,
you have to be like,
we'll give you a shoe.
You have to be like, behold, I am Milky, king of the rats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then it's like, what happened to Milky? They haven't been around for a while. What happened?
Well, wait, then, well, are you hiring an exorcist? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, I'm not paying for that. Hire your own exorcist. Ew. Anyway, I'm just thinking about like milk. Sorry, I like my mind has been invaded by I am Milky, king of the rats.
It's like you sit there like, oh, where'd Milky go? I don't know. For some reason, when you just get like evil chuckling in like the vents for some reason, like an evil, like someone scheming.
Yes, Milky has found his true calling, becoming king of the rats. Well, exactly. We need to get the fucking demons out of here. Milky, that's insensitive. That's insensitive. Yeah. The demons work here too. We got to be tolerant. We've had sensitivity training about this.
And when you said fucking demons, it's just like, okay, first of all,
First of all,
I'm just saying that like it probably can hear you,
Besides, that's not the correct name. Their correct name is succubi. Get it correct.
Exactly.
I'm going home.
Whatever.
Or whatever the. Damn it. Okay, so since I really like wordplay and puns and stuff like that, I just had the stupidest thought of like it's like succubi, so it's like
Well, I mean, okay, it's in the title.
Yeah. I'm gonna. That is thinking of it.
Just having like that, hunky pie. Is that a real thing, a hunky pie?
I mean, it should be.
Let's find out. I'm googling it. Let's do some, some.
Oh, you're going to Professor Google. You're going to Professor Google. What does Professor Google say?
Something in Chinese. That's it.
Oh.
Literally. I'm like, okay. Oh, you put that in the chat. This is gonna be so pissed.
Not if they not only if we read out loud and stop paying attention to the chat.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna write that in. That's a different semi.
Exactly. Anyway, that is an impostonator. That's what that is.
Yes. Anyway, I'm just Milky says. Anyway, I'm just an accountant. I maybe report a month every month, but I'm no exterminator.
Yeah.
I ain't get rid of the rats.
The rats.
If you are.
The rats.
Every month, you got to do it.
I think that would be what a succubus one night stand would be like. Yeah. They're not like the incubi thing. That means that you just got attacked by a squid. Incubi.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a Splatoon reference.
Oh God.
That's what it is. don't think of it that way. You know what I'm saying. There's probably some out there that's like, yes, I totally agree. It's like, that's not what I meant.
I mean, well, you know, Rule 34 exists for a reason, because people are weird, you know?
Yeah. So Castor is being the exterminator part of my job description. Yeah, just, you know, if you want me to get rid of the rats, I'll just, like, body slam them. Actually, no, I wouldn't even kill the rats. I'd just, like, take care of them, you know?
Sorry, I'm sorry, but if you ever body slam a rat, you're just gonna explode it. It's just gonna explode.
They'd be like, oh, man, Castor, what's with the pizza sauces on your tank top? I'd be like, yeah, that's what it is.
Like, I imagine you just kind of trip, fall over, and, like, the rats reenact the scene from Prometheus when they're running away from the ship. Like, that's that's basically you. They're just running.
I might as well be the giant guy from Prometheus just sitting in the chair.
Yeah, but like got all the poor little rats squeaking, trying to warn each other, but it's too late. It's too late. Look, all the rats are like, squeak! Oh god!
No. Rat will become confetti. That's right, Malcolm. Rat confetti. That's what it is.
Rat confetti. Oh, I can't. Oh god, no rats were harmed in the filming of this episode.
It's funny because, like, you know, rats are so interesting because it's like you'll have rats that are like the gross sewer rats, and it's like, oh god, they're like huge and like mutants, you know.
Yeah.
Then you get like the little like cute little like white rats that you can like hold and like they're pets and stuff, and you're like, ah, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, give me all those rats. I'll hold them all in my arms.
Fuck arms, that's full of rats. I don't know why I find that, because Okay. I literally imagine you, but like photoshopped into your arms is just a bunch of Remy's. From Ratatouille.
From Ratatouille, yeah.
It's just the one Remy copied over and over again.
Just the same expression and everything.
Exactly. like all these rats. It's just Remy. It's just Remy.
Put that in the movie instead of me hiding him under the chef hat and just having him in my tank top.
Exactly.
Time.
Also, bye, Milky. You have fun, okay?
Yes, get back to plotting. Plotting. You must plot. I'm assuming maybe like plotting like
probably my demise, because that's usually what it is.
Ah, I see.
That reminds me, I need to make the server watch more Ninja Robots, because
you know, let me tell you, Ninja Robots is like the robot show of
like
this year, 2024.
It's so good. For any of you who have not seen who have not seen Ninja Robots Tobikage, you need to see it. It's a dramatic space opera about a bunch of annoying teenagers who team up with some aliens ? To fight other aliens ? And the Martian the Martian dictatorship ? And defend the Earth ? All in the name of finding ninjas ? So like I think
like I don't know, it's kind of confusing.
Like, okay, so first of all, we're also like refusing to watch the Japanese original audio because that would give us more context and we don't need that shit. So we're watching the American dub, and that once you get past how shitty the dub is, it's still really engaging. Like, they get the names wrong and everything. Like, my favorite character's named Icelander, even though I know that's not his real name, you know. Like, Icelander is such a great character. Like, as someone who's seen anime since like the beginning, not since the beginning, but for a very long time, Icelander is a type of character that's weirdly rare. Like,
yeah,
because he's like one of those honorable characters, right? Yeah. You know, like, he is honorable almost to a fault, and like he all he wants to do is like protect the princess. That's a princess. So all he wants to do is protect the princess because he promised the Space King that he'll do it. You know, he's like, oh, protect my daughter while I stand 5 feet away from you and get hit by a building or whatever. And he's like, oh, the Lord, you know. And she's like, father, mother, you know, like. yeah, he do keep his promises, and like. I mean, the thing is like at the end, but he's also a warrior. He's a warrior spirit, and he's just trying to do his duty. And then cue a stupid 16-year-old and his stupid 16-year-old friends being a bunch of little craps on his ship, and he's just like, "My lady, can you like just not?" And she's like, "But they can make the robot move, therefore I will defer to them." And he's like, "But my lady, they're literally children. Stupid children." And she's like, "But they make the robot move." And he's like,
they're destined, you know. It's like they are the only ones who can do it.
and I'm like, and then he's like, he gets captured, and he like, I'm just like, oh no. And but then and they're like, the evil side's like, all you gotta do is murk the princess and everything will be okay, Icelander. And he's just like, "But my honor, but the princess is also getting kind of stupid. Maybe it's for the greater good. Can I do it? Can I really murk the princess?" And she's just like, "Oh."
She just comes into the scene and just
She's
makes
like
that noise.
fainting constantly. And she's fainting. Like, me and the roomie we didn't accidentally, but we made a headcanon that her servant, the princess's servant, her name is Jade, but we changed her name to Jasmine because she's all about the drama, you know? Nice. And like, because she'll see stuff going down, and she also has like the biggest forehead I've ever seen. It's getting bigger. It'll encompass us all.
You can have the Super Bowl play on that.
And like, so he's like, the princess fainted again, and Icelander's like, "For the good of our people, I think I'm gonna have to do it. I have to do it for our people." But then he's like, "But I've got honor, so I'm gonna not do that." And Jade's like, "Oh my god, he could have done it, but he didn't. He's an honorable guy." And then he's like, "I'm a danger to the princess. I'm getting out of here." And like and then his one henchman is like, "My lord, this place is shitty. I'm getting out of here too." He's like, "But someone has to watch over the princess." He's like, "Well, ain't gonna be me." And then they just run away together. But then Icelander's like, "Someone's gonna stay behind." She's literally stuck there with these stupid children. So he's just like, "Fine, I'll go back there." But he's not as good as Icelander. So I'm like, everything's just falling apart. Tearing me apart, Icelander.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's still good though. And now Princess What's-Her-Face is like, "Oh my god, when's Icelander gonna come back?" But then he doesn't because he's having a quandary. And so I'm just like, "Oh no, Icelander, like, when are you gonna come back and take charge of the ship and save me from these stupid teenage children that can't do anything?" Because the best character is literally just a random robot ninja that shows up out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, like always at the end, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's always like, "Oh man, we're losing," and all of a sudden you see it coming in with the 2 feet.
So why won't you let me be like Iceland? Because, Milky, you can't be Icelander. You don't have enough honor to be Icelander. Do you have the honor to try and shoot me and then not shoot me at the last second? I think not.
Exactly, yeah. And you don't have that cool hair. Maybe you do. I don't know.
It's a Regency. Yes, let me watch 3 episodes of your anime. I'll give you the best summary of it ever.
Ninja robots mixed with Regency. Let's go.
I'm not gonna lie, that would actually be kind of sweet. I'd give. Look, I know for a fact at the end of the series, because we're gonna watch the whole thing because we've got a problem because we're too deep in. We're at episode 17 out of 43. We're too deep into this freaking series by this point. Like,
yeah, you gotta be committed, you know.
Icelander will not only get fan art out of me. I will draw a Ninja Robot Tobikage fan art that no one cares about, but I will also write him in a fanfic and make him one of my many men. Because I'm like, look, he is harem worthy. I'm sticking him in the van. He's coming home.
So yeah, you make sure that the harem stick with fanfics, and you're just like, all right, you got like this checklist on your phone, like, all right. You know?
Yeah, but I'm just like, oh no. Then like Icelander just feels like the type of guy that would just be like, "I'm honored, milady, but you're kind of terrifying, and I have to defend the princess." I'm like, "You don't have to, because the princess is dead." He's like, "What do you mean the princess is dead?" "Because I ate her." Yeah. Lurko, what are you talking about? I don't know what do you mean a van?
About a van?
Caster, do you have a van? You weirdo.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't remember. I think I might have, like, back in the days, and like 70s, we, you know, you kind of did like the weird stuff, but
Oh.
no, that's not true.
Because that would be weird if you had a van. I don't know who would have a van.
Yeah, I had a hippie phase, you know, where it was like I had like love beads and stuff, you know, hanging up on the ceiling, you know, with like my cool tie-dye shirt. This man looks like he has 20 abs.
What are you talking about?
It's just nothing but like you think like it stops right below the pecs. It's like nope. It's abs in between the pecs, you know.
Also, hey there, hey there, Kel. We have a special guest today. We have not only do we have Cococastor, but we also have Stone Cold Jane Austen.
Yeah, Stone Cold Jane Austen is like one of the surprise guests that we had today. You know, she doesn't take any crap. You know,
No, I don't have to say. Yeah, vans are you have to have a permit, and you know, plus you shouldn't be stuffing random people into vans anyway. That's like illegal or something. So, yeah. Especially if you have like an interdimensional van, which nobody around here has.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. You gotta have like the thing is like, do you think Mystery Machine level van, or are we like?
Oh no, I need something bigger.
Oh, something huge.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think both of us would be able to fit in the van.
Sure, you need to lie down in the back. Oh, God. What is it, Milky? What is it, my son? What is it that you're trying to get my attention about? Son of a biscuit. What are we AOing about? Like, how dare you? We don't need to AO about this. There's nothing to AO about. Let's see,
I mean, like, you know, I have to be obviously on the top of the van, you know, like kind of like, you know, when you take like a canoe.
I just kind of imagine you just standing on top of it though, like you're just like up there.
You know, yeah, like while it's driving down, the hair's majestically flowing in the wind. Or it's like if we're going like 100 miles an hour, it's like the skin's going back and it's like, you know what I mean? It's flapping all over the place.
Exactly. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. But anyway, what are you AOing about? Put those away. Put those away.
Yeah. AO. This is not an AO stream. It almost was, but it wasn't because I called the muscles incorrectly.
Ended.
Apparently, even though technically it was right, it was like we're going on the edge there. Can the three of us in Too Tall for Vans Club buy an 18-wheeler to do the grocery shopping with?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Yeah, you know, you need to get like definitely like sort of like those like 18-wheelers that like have two truck beds, you know?
Yeah.
It's, you know, I eat a lot, and Semi does too, but it's mostly people.
It's mostly people. So we'll just get the people to assist us with the shopping, and then we'll like.
Yeah, it's exactly. You just go like, all right, you know, it's just that person doesn't seem like they're having a lot of stuff in their cart. You know what? If they're buying a lot, you know, I have a feeling that they eat a lot. That person's good for sustenance. Let's go.
That person's good for sustenance. I don't know why that word's so funny to me.
Kind of sustenance? It's too scientific, you know.
It's like yes, the sustenance.
I could have said something else.
No,
You're
not allowed to say that word anymore.
You know the word, right?
You're not allowed.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close to sustenance, except, you know.
You're not allowed to say that word anymore. It's a cute laugh right there with the stupid word. Oh God.
I'm tempted. Hold on.
If you're not gonna put your home in jail, I'll do it. No, really, let's give her something. I'll just say tasty because that's just such a weird word.
Tasty?
Yeah, be tasty.
Delish. Is that too much like delish? Yo, put the hat on back.
I don't know why I think it's such a did my face works. I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh god. What was it on? Oh, right. Found the sweater.
Oh yeah. Gotta have that sweater.
Yep.
Sweater that is not gonna say the word.
Don't freaking cry because I'm laughing so hard. Anyway. Right. Damn. Oh, I gotta ask my obligatory question. Why did you become a VTuber?
So a long time ago, back when you know, the pandemic hit, right? So Pollux and I, we were chilling up on Mount Olympus, and you know, we're just like, well, we can't really go down to Earth because, you know, not much is happening. So eventually we found this one particular streamer by the name of Miko. You know who Miko is, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it's the one in Hall Live with the pink hair. She's got like
Yeah.
a model. Yeah. So we saw her and we were like, oh, that's really cool. And then when they announced that, they're like, oh yeah, we're bringing in more stars into like the same kind of channel. We're just like, oh, it's like a subdivision, so like this whole group kind of thing. And we were just like, oh, that's interesting. So we saw like how talents like Amelia Watson, Garguda, Callie, you know, were debuting. We're just like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. And it's always like one of those things in your mind where you kind of go like, this is going to be like a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was already familiar with like VTubing in general. Like one of them was Kazuna Eye, was like pretty much like one of the most popular original ones.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, and then Miko came around, and that's like, you know, someone that Pollux and I used to watch like quite a bit. And we're like, I have a feeling that this is going to be a trend, 100%. Like this is going to be something that is going to, you know, it's definitely going to make waves. So, and we were just sitting there going like, we kept seeing like independent VTubers emerge, and we're like, oh, that's really cool. And then we did some research, and we're just like, you know what, this is something we could totally do. I mean, there's nothing else we could do on Mount Olympus, so it's like, why not? We're positive, we're big, buff, burly gods of Olympus, and we're just like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not go out there and put our hat in the ring?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
metaphorically and figuratively. So eventually, come 2021, we decided like, okay, let's do it, and then that's what we did. And it's kind of like, it's always one of those things where when you do something, it's kind of like on and off, like, you know, it starts off as a bit of a hobby, but then you meet so many cool people through here.
Yeah.
And, you know, streaming either on Twitch, and I'm sure people have met people on there. What's the internet like on Mount Olympus, where places tend to get ass Wi-Fi? Well, when your dad is Zeus, you know, it's pretty good, and like Helios helps a lot with that too. Hephaestus, absolutely genius when he makes the routers and stuff like that. So we're pretty good. We're pretty good.
Man. Sorry, I just had like the worst thought ever. I'm like, of course you guys have good Wi-Fi because he's just watching porn all the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you can't go in and knock on Papa Zeus's door and say, are you winning, Dad? Because immediately you're just going to see something bad.
No. Either that or he's just going like through Tinder at like a mile a minute.
Oh yeah, he's got like 5 phones, each one for each finger, just like swiping right constantly.
Zeus on Tinder, oh my god.
This is amazing. This is so much easier. And I'm like, yeah, I know, Dad. I know.
So terrible. I forget. Oh my god. Let's see here.
So, yeah, like, that's pretty much what happened. When it's just like, you know, I met amazing people through here, and it's just like, that's kind of like, not many people mention that, but it's like, that's kind of like one of the reasons why people continue to stream and stuff, is because you meet so much wonderful people out there. And I feel like when a lot of times, you know, streamers out there say like, hey, thank you, I think that they mean it, because we've all been at that point where it's like we started from nothing.
Yeah.
And you keep at it, the consistency. It's like working out. You keep at it, being consistent, having a routine of it. And it kind of gets a little boring, but then you look back on it like a year from now or like 2 years from now and you go like, wow, I never did this. If you would have went back in time, told myself 5 years ago, like, hey, you're going to do like VTubing, right? And I would have been like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm not doing that,
Yeah, like but it's yeah, it is really amazing. Like a lot, like because I know, like for me, like I didn't expect VTubing to actually be a really great outlet for a lot of my artistic energy, basically. Because like one issue with being an artist sometimes is literally figuring out what to do with your art.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, and it's not always just like stuff that'll make money, but like finding something to do with it, and like, and as a lot of people know, I did comics before this, but like VTubing has actually helped me branch out in so many different directions. But I could still use my art for it,
Oh yeah.
And it gives me goals where I'm like, it actually is like, I want to do something over there, and I can actually see it instead of just like, because with comics and stuff like that, it's a little limited. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because like with comics, it's always, I want to be picked up by Webtoon. That's almost always where it ends up. Like, yeah, you want to have your own website, but most people nowadays are like, I want to get picked up by an official Webtoon distributor or some shit. And but like that's super limited because, well, funny enough, Webtoon is literally just like the VTuber agencies where there's a good and a bad to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you gotta like do the research on who's gonna pick up your stuff. Or not, you know what I mean? It's just like, and where do you want to eventually be, and for how long do you want to be there?
Yeah, and it's actually super interesting, the parallels. That's why I think that's kind of why, like, when a lot of like the drama with companies happens, I'm not as I don't know what the word I would even use is, to be quite honest. Well, offended, I guess. I'm not as offended, just because I know for a fact that their practices are not even unique to VTubing. What are people whining about?
Oh yeah, it's like anything that's like a talent agency. It's always going to have some aspects, and again, each company is different.
Yeah.
And it really does remind me of professional wrestling, and I know some of you don't know much about professional wrestling, correct?
Yeah, like I don't know that much about it.
So it's pretty much like when you do the research on like at least when I did, there's some parallels to how a professional wrestling company is run similar to that of a VTubing company, where you have like the one in charge who makes like the final say, and then you have those beneath that who kind of give like the general idea, sort of like the managers of each talent, sort of thing, and they can approve like, okay, well, you have to tell like, hey, the manager, like, hey, can I do this? And the manager will go, okay, well, I'll find out. Again, not every company's like this, but I'm assuming it's sort of like the manager goes, all right, I'm gonna go find out what the boss says.
Yeah.
And the boss can go, yeah, I approve it, and the manager goes, yeah, they say it's fine. Now, of course, it's always different depending on the company, but they're very similar, where some are, I guess you could say some talents are more valued than others, and that's just the way it is.
Well, like, sadly, like, and I know, like, people don't like hearing that because it's like, oh, we're all like whatever, but I'm like, but you can't say that when not everybody puts in the same input. And not to say that anybody's slacking per se, but there are some, like, kind of like how there are naturally some people who could just operate on less sleep,
Oh yeah. Like,
doesn't make them better. It just makes them actually slightly more adaptive to stuff that requires less sleep. That's all it means.
It's just like in wrestling, where like each professional wrestler has their own style, know, where how they work in the ring is not going to be the same as the other guy that's in the ring.
Yeah.
They all got, like, you got your lucha libre, you've got your strong style, you've got your grappling, you've got your technical striker, UFC-esque. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's got their own kind of style.
Yeah.
What is sleep? Exactly. What is sleep? Sounds like a myth to me.
A myth. But like that's kind of like why, and I think because I actually like know how most, funny enough, like when your company gets to the point where you incorporate, like I'll say, hey there, like the other Coco. Hey, Coco, hello. Yeah, because I usually call you Cococastor all the time, but like the thing is, but the thing that people need to understand, because like as someone who has worked for several actual corporations, like I'm sorry, but like the agencies here, number one, they're babies. They are all babies. You know, when it comes to corporate shenanigans, they're actually all very young, so they actually have to work out the kinks, because VTubing is a very new industry.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
as a result, there's a lot of stuff that's unique to it that they kind of can't quite figure out what to do with it, because corporate wise, they're literally all very much within line. This, like, all the stuff that people complain about, like, oh well, you know, they got upset because of this one little thing over here. I'm like, no, because corporations, they have it like you can't do that for a reason. It's not just kind of like, it's kind of like, you know how people complain about why does this bag of nuts say contains nuts? It's because the reason that the warning is there is because someone messed up so badly that they had to put the warning there.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
oh, hey, the witch to be, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Let me shout you out here.
Hello,
One
Witch
second.
Chicken. How are you doing today?
What
By
were
the
you
way,
up to?
I shouldn't say it like that. It's gonna be like, oh god, why'd I raid this?
Oh my god, what? Cococastor's he's trying to seduce my chat. Oh my god.
I'm going to be an ASMR artist.
Oh my
I
god.
will join a VTubing company.
I'm going home.
That's the way it goes. No, I'm not doing that. That's the meta.
The meta. But it's like, yes. But like what kind of always kind of gets to me though is that, again, not to say that like corporations are necessary, because they're not even really that bad, or at least the ones that like people complain about. Because I'm sorry, like, yes, complain about, like, people only, like, because for me, I noticed that people will turn on like Ninja Sanji and Hololive in a freaking blink of an eye, like every single time something happens, even though they're not really that bad, you know. And I'm like, look, as someone who is a corporate drone myself, like, there's just a lot of stuff about corporation that people don't understand, and it kind of gets on my nerves how people who just don't understand how most corporations work get upset when corporate you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, and again, it reminds me, like how you said with like the industry, with like Hololive, Ninja Sanji, and many others. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like the early days of like when professional wrestling was taking off. You had all these companies and like territories in the States, where it's like you have this one and that one and this one, and then like in the future now we have like maybe 3 major ones most, you know?
Yeah.
And then you have like your indies, and it's kind of like what VTubing is now, but just like both in professional wrestling, they're gonna have their good corporate decisions and their bad ones, but at the end of the day, like, when someone leaves or, you know, their contract runs out, sometimes they just go, yeah, it's just not for me. I'd rather do it on my own, and that's fine.
Yeah. Because, like, nowadays, personally, like, okay, this is my personal theory, right? My personal theory is that more and more people are going to try and stay indie as long as possible. Because before, like, even just a couple of years ago, becoming even a live DD VTuber was actually super freaking hard, you know. But nowadays, there's so many people who have the skills now that kind of anybody can do it for relatively cheap, even free, honestly, you know. And I think that the major companies, what they're like, and again, I could be wrong, but I think it would be kind of interesting is, instead of doing the approach of making people's characters and basically having the IP and all that, I think a lot more companies are probably going to just go into just contracting people and just saying, you bring your own stuff, so that, because one thing I noticed is that they lose a lot of money when people leave. Like, they actually do, because they literally stop that revenue, and that's not going to be very, like, company wise, knowing how corporations work, because they get some residuals, but that's if they, you know, don't, but what they do is they'll be like, okay, so this entire IP is closed now, we can't make any more money off of that, you know. But that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, because like once a talent leaves, it's like, all right, we can't produce any of their I don't know, I guess like memorabilia, like merch.
Yeah, they can't do
Like,
merch.
yeah, stops. Like, they don't do like I don't know if they do like closing sales where they're like, oh yeah, this is on clearance, so we can get some profit back, or they just completely stop and it's just like what happened.
They do some, but they literally don't make it go on clearance. They're like, okay, this will be available until this time, and then that's it. It's over.
Oh,
you know?
wow.
Yes, Butter. Hello there, Nukalini. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in.
But
Also, in case you don't know, my name is Semi Enigma, Ultra Dragon Mombas. Welcome in. But I think that more companies might be literally like, it would be a little bit more profitable for them, mainly because it won't require that much investment money wise to just recruit people as is, and then when they leave, that's it. But still keep, but they still keep the profits of anything they made while they were with the company. But once they leave, then their stuff is their own. Like that would honestly be way cheaper. And I think that's kind of like the way to go about it, just because like if you imagine if they like, and I'm just pulling numbers out of my purse or whatever, but like if you hire someone and it costs like 30,000 to get them up and running, and then they leave or get themselves canceled or some crap and you have to let them go, like, you know, 2 months in, they don't even recover they actually don't recover their initial investment yet, you know. That you're just out of that money. Like honestly, I think that's actually what happened with Zion. Technically they didn't make their money back from her, you know. And that's not something, and because it's happening so much, you know, it's kind of not proving, in my opinion, to be worth it, you know. So I think that more of them are probably gonna go forward basically just recruiting people and just being like, hey, you know, we'll help, we'll like, you know, maybe we'll update your model or something, but like that's kind of it, but everything else is still on you, and we're just gonna basically just kind of temporarily have you as a temporary contractor, and then so that way, you know, we can still do official merch for you and all that. But then if you get too freaking chaotic or whatever, we can just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna part ways, bye, you know.
You know? It's like that's again like in professional wrestling, who they hire, they're known as free agents. Yeah. You know, once their contract is done, they're just back as free agents. It's like, all right, who wants to sign me? But very much like professional wrestling, like there are very few exceptions, but there are some that go, okay, we got them, but you're not using that name anymore. You have to change your persona. You can't do the symbols that you did, like poses and stuff that you had with that company, because either they're competitor or we don't like the independent stuff. We want to mold you into what we think it is. So they spend money on the costumes and stuff like that. And then depending on if the talent has the heart for it, they might go, I liked it way how I was back then. I feel like I don't have the freedom anymore. Yeah. And it's like kind of like strange how it's like, all right, and then they don't get, at least in wrestling, they don't get advertisement on the card, which means that like they don't get the final match, which is like the match that they want.
So they can make sure I hate it.
Yes.
You seem to try VTubing, but I want to stay in my own. I recommend people just kind of like do stuff on your own as long as you can to kind of figure yourself out, because once you go with the company, you're literally just their employee until you basically either get tired or mess up and they fire you. Just like any other job. Funny enough, like when I listen to like the stuff about Niji Sanji, I'm like, have you guys ever worked for like Verizon? Like cell phone company? You think you guys have it bad? Try working for Verizon, or hell, a cable company. You guys have it good, you know. And I'm not to belittle like corporate VTubers. Like they work hard. Like, let's see. I also gave a guy a black eye. Yeah, I had my keyboard replaced. What the crap? Okay, Chaos, that's cute. Thing is, if companies start just contracting with minimal cost, what is the indie getting from that? From what I've been told, corporate VTubers, the monetary support is a big reason why they're employed in.
Absolutely, yeah.
It actually depends on the company, because some of them, the thing is, because a lot of times people just look at Niji Sanji and HoloLive because they are not the biggest, but some of the biggest, and because they can afford that. But a lot of companies can't actually afford to pay you that much. You know, what the companies technically, sadly, give you is like technically monetary support, resources. Like basically, instead of you trying to figure out how to do merch sales, they'll do that for you. You know, as well as basically having a farther reach and higher visibility, so exposure. So you know, and because it is
to be hired by like, you know, HoloLive or something with Pollux, of course. Because wherever I go, he comes with. Because I mean, like, it worked for like Fumoka and stuff. But it's always like one of those things where it's like, okay, once you're corporate, you gotta, like, as they say, stay in a lane, right? You can't do. There might be limitations, like you can't stream that game. It's like, why? Because we don't have the rights to it. And since they make such a monetary gain from each stream, it's like we need to ask for permission for it. You can't just do it like you can with an indie. Like me, I could go and be like, okay, I'm gonna go stream, you know, the new Persona 3. You know? If I was a corporation or part of a corporation, they would go, okay, well, we need to get approval from Atlas themselves before we start making lots of money off of their IP technically. Because that's why people are coming in to watch you play it. You know?
Because you're also basically being a overglorified commercial. One thing people need to understand about corporations, which I don't know if any of you guys are Sylvana fans, but I'm like, I don't think people realize that she kind of did a big bad. She did a big bad, but people don't understand why it's a bad because they understand how corporate crap works. But when the thing is, all of the Niji Sanji, like HoloLive people, all of the official what do you call them? Talents basically under a corporation, they are also the representative of that corporation. So when they do something, that's also like the corporation is endorsing something, which is the other reason why they can't just do whatever, because they're basically acting like a qualified commercial. So one thing I realized that like Sylvana did that was kind of a bad is when she couldn't do the thing on Christmas with her music video, which I looked at the thing. That thing is literally like her saying she's about to leave. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. That's like her 2-week notice right there. But like that's what that thing sounded like. Well, it sounded like a very sweet 2-week notice. That's what that thing sounded like. And I'm like, but the bad thing she did is like, hey, everyone else going ahead and hey there, Corey, thank you very much for the raid. Let me go ahead and shout you out.
How you doing?
Hello. Let's see here. Shout out. Look, pizza jail, right? That's cute.
Oh yeah. We got like the pineapple on the pizza, right? The best type of pizza.
One.
That's right. I went there.
Roll bit. There we go. That should be. There you go. Please follow because she's the best. She also does art. She's great. But I'm guessing you guys are playing some delicious type of pizza game. Let me see.
Sounds delish. You know what? I can legit make pizza, no problem.
I can make pizza in theory.
In theory, yeah, you're just like, all right, I mix the flour and the water and the yeast, and I think that's it. I don't remember the rest. That's my theory.
But she was drawing and sent her cursed pizza. Okay, that's great. That's cute. I love that. There we go. But the thing that she did that was kind of a corporate bad is because like one thing people need to remember is that at the end of the day, all the libraries are there to make the company money. That is what they're supposed to do, you know? And so the thing about YouTube is that you literally have a very small window of when you can make money off of videos, you know? And I don't know if anyone knows where I'm going with here, but there we go. Chad's committing crimes with a pizza. Oh my god, that sounds great. I would. Are you gonna get the Quest pizza on Twitter? If you do, please tag me. I want to see it. But the thing is,
the kind of pizzas you can make.
Yeah. So the thing is, but like I said, she basically, when it comes to YouTube videos, you basically make the most of your money in like the first like day or two when you submit it, when you upload video, right?
Yeah.
So, think about this. they private it because of corporate shenanigans, because they have to get all permissions, because people need to understand, because this is a product of Niji Sanji, not specifically Selene herself, they need to make sure that everything is approved. So every single person that she basically had in this collab had to give like written permission that they say, yes, I'm freely letting this happen. I'm freely I'm freely basically not wanting to get financial compensation for this piece, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So there's that. People don't really understand that that's actually a thing when you have these type of collabs. And and then Selene goes, because she was rightfully upset, I understand, hey everybody, since management basically put this down for now, and I don't know how much longer it's going to be down, go and make the money and steal from this company right quick. Because by everyone else uploading the video right after that, all that revenue that should have gone to Niji Sanji goes to all these random people. A lot of people don't realize that that's actually kind of a thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like, well, what happened?
Hi, Mittens. Hello, welcome in.
Mittens the mailbox.
Hello.
Really cozy mailbox, I'll keep you warm.
Shout out. Hello, welcome in. My name is Semi Enigma. I'm an Elder Dragon Mamba, so welcome in. Also, we have Cococastor here.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, don't give me an introduction, just like, whatever, I don't care.
Oh, we got somebody joining here.
I'm not here, hey.
Oh, hello.
Who would that be?
Let me look. Maybe I should change my filters. God dang
I
it.
see in the chat it says Corey's word. I'm like, which Corey is it? Because I know a Corey myself. Not Corey in the house.
Damn.
But,
Also, I also see there was like a Ninja Deathblade that joined like 3 minutes ago, and also an Angel of Iron. Welcome to the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front.
You know what? Angel of Iron sounds like straight up like badass, where it's like Angel of Iron's like bam,
yes.
pumping iron,
You can pick up your badges at the front desk. Oh, I did not mean to pin that. I'm so sorry.
I need one of those badges that you kind of need like the necklace part of it. You need to have 3 daisy chained together. And it's like, there you go. Now it'll fit around my neck.
Yep. How do I don't. Wait, no. I just want to unpin it. Damn. Unpin, darn you. There you go. Yeesh. Anyway. But yes, hello. But don't want me. Anyway. But that's actually something that a lot of people, because they don't realize that the company is not here to make you happy. The company is here to make money. I'm sorry. But everyone's like, well, if we're not happy, we won't spend money. No, because y'all still watching this crap.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, just don't watch it then.
Yeah, but but the thing is that's easier said than done, because because the thing is that, and corporations know this, corporations technically literally are holding the talents that you love so much hostage by being like, well, if you don't like it, you could just vote with your wallet. So if you really don't like what we're doing, then don't watch. But if too many people don't watch the liver, then they're not performing. That means we should probably get rid of them. That's horrifying, but that's also kind of why Niji Sanji is not suffering financially. I'm sorry.
That's true. I mean, it's definitely at the end of the day, it's a business. That's it. That's what it is. Of course they're gonna still have the same business mindset, because if they didn't want to make money, they wouldn't, put advertisements.
Ooh.
They wouldn't monetize it.
What is that? Oh. That was what in the world is that? Sorry. Okay.
How much?
Okay. Oh my. Okay. That was thanks.
All right. We splitting it 50-50, or
I'll send you $5 in the mail. But thank you. That was greatly appreciated. You didn't have to. I greatly appreciate it.
You give me the $5 in gift card. Here's a restaurant gift card.
Restaurant gift card.
Nice.
Here you go. People still drink Bud Light. Oh God. But I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. That will go towards my fund of I don't know, corn dogs. Yeah, corn dogs.
You know what Bud Light did? Okay, so you remember the movie Air Bud?
Oh no, not Air Bud.
They didn't use him. That was the big problem.
Oh my God.
Come on, Bud is in the name.
Not
Come on. Come on.
Not earbud.
I'm not saying you get airbud drunk. I'm just saying, you know, you could have like be in the air, you know, and he like, you know, catches the can of Bud Light with his teeth. And
That
then,
just
like, gives it to one of the people that drink it, and it's just like, thanks, bud, and it's just like he barks and he just rides off into the sunset.
isn't that like a kids movie?
Yes, it is.
I think that might be where they didn't have beer in the earbud movie.
But you know, just like the kids that watch the movie, they grew up to drink Bud Light. That's what it is.
They're like, I learned to drink alcohol from earbud. Yes.
See how much that is. Where
It's
you
like,
just go like, I'm gonna get a Bud. You mean like the movie?
sorry, I'm just like, it's like, yes, Airbud supporting alcohol.
I remember once Pollux and I, we saw that movie on TV, and we're just like, I know, like Olympians, we still watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we saw it, we're just like, oh yeah, Airbud, I remember that movie. What's this movie about? And the movie Airbud was an icon to all alcoholics. Yeah, I know. Alcoholic.
Alcoholics. Oh my god.
So we watched the movie, and we're just like sitting there like, is it like as bad as I remember? And it is bad.
Oh my god.
It's your typical. You remember like remember he's the Karate Kid? You know?
Yeah.
Like imagine like when he's like so out of his element, but Dog helps him, kinda, sort of, by playing basketball.
Yep.
And you're like, cool. But it's like me and Pollux are just like, this is as bad as I remember.
The perfect idea for a Supercurse Doodle Redeem. Well, okay, we'll be doing one next month. But I don't know. I just like, because like I understand that I always sound like a corporate apologist, but it's like, it's not like I'm a corporate apologist. It's just I see the problem, but instead of addressing the problem, people keep enforcing the problem. If that makes sense, you know, because like
time, like, you know, we don't know all the information. Like unless one of them comes up and says, look, this is what happened. You know, like again with wrestling, when someone leaves, like back in the day, we were just like, oh, what happened? Why'd they leave? Why'd they leave that company? And it's like, well, we don't know yet. But it's just immediately, it's just like, oh, I hate that company because they made this person leave. And it's like, find out like 20 years later, you know, that it's like, yeah, they left because they just didn't want to do it anymore. And it's like, oh, you know?
Yeah. But I could definitely understand. Also, hey, the fish, hello. Like, because for me, it's more like, because, like, again, like, because I actually have worked for actual, like, straight up actual evil companies before. Like, you guys do not know what an evil company acts like. Y'all think no. Threatening an old lady into getting cable because she thinks she's going to get robbed is evil. Your favorite liver not having a 3D concert is not evil. Okay?
It's like one of those things where it's just like you worked for so evil companies that when you look up to it, it's like the red sky, lightning strikes everywhere.
Like, that's why I'm like, you guys don't know what an evil company is actually like. Which, the funny thing is, there are evil VTuber companies, and you know what happens to them? They collapse.
Exactly.
But we don't talk about those for that some reason. Wait, what are we waiting about?
Wait, what?
And like, but like, that's kind of the thing that kind of gets me is like, you know, because for me, I don't think that, like, as much as everyone's like acting like, oh yeah, we're gonna, like, they're gonna get their just desserts and viva revolution, you know. But I'm like, not with this attitude. You're not, because you're still literally funding them, you lovely individuals who are definitely maladjusted, you know.
Just like then don't, like, you know, sub to them. Don't be part of the membership. Just stop it. Again, like, if you really want to, you know, make an impact on like how, you know, they shouldn't have done it, then stop supporting it, at least from that side, you know. And
that's the thing. Real change is uncomfortable. Like, that's the thing that no one talks about. Actual lasting change is uncomfortable because it's hard, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Do you really want to be one of the people responsible about why your favorite streamer is crying because they don't make the numbers that they used to? No. But the company knows that, and they hold them hostage. And why don't you should also buy stuff to support them, even though it's not for them. like one thing that kind of pisses me off, and they're like, oh, well, this company's salary. Do you guys actually know how salary works? Like, legit. Salary is not good. Like, I'm sorry, it pisses me off, and they're like, well, they're salaried. I'm like, okay, salary is only good if you don't do any work.
Yeah.
Like, the thing about salary is all salary means is that you always get paid an exact amount, not a certain rate, but an exact amount no matter what. You know what happens with the salaried employees? You want to know what actually happens? They overwork. Because they can be called in for more than their standard hours because they're salary. So as a result, because they're cheaper to deal with for the company, you know, like hourly employees or whatever, you know, or contract employees are actually more expensive for a company to deal with. Salaried, they're like, okay, no matter what, this person's going to get $50K a year, no matter what they do, you know.
Exactly. Or are they, and like in professional wrestling, like going back to that, how it's similar. How it mirrors it, it's like some contracts will have it, at least in professional wrestling, where they'll go, if you can't do a stream or like a match, they'll be like, we'll still give you that base payment. It's just so, like, if you get injured and it's like, well, you can't do the matches we had set up for next week, you'll still get a base payment, but just not as much as you would if you actually went out there and did the match, you know. So I'm sure there are some contracts out there in, you know, streaming or VTubing companies where they go like, if you can't stream, say for example, like your computer's not working, power goes out, you still get paid, but you don't get paid as much as, you know, as you would if you were to stream. Yeah.
Let's see here. Evil companies are the ones holding freshwater hostage. Oh my god. Yeah. Let's see, we should take all the evil corporation CEOs and include like, no, the funny thing about that, okay? I want you guys to understand something. The CEOs don't do anything. I'm sorry. Like, you know who actually holds power in most of these corporations? Do you want to know? It's not the CEO. It's literally middle management. The people you actually have no idea who the crap they are. Other than like freaking A-chan, I guess. She's like a middle manager. But the people who actually have the most influence in a corporation are actually the middle managers. And not even the board, funny enough. It's literally middle management, because they're the ones who have the most influence on your talents, as well as the ones who get anything done. They are, believe it or not, middle managers are the number one reason that most people actually quit their jobs, funny enough. It's
I used to work at a place where it was very much middle management, and even though there was like, I think it was like the CFO came down, he just came down for one day, and it was just like anything that we needed to do, it was like, okay, well, it was the regional manager that would have to tell us. Like, okay, this is what they said. And it was like, okay, and any concerns, it was like, if I had a concern about something, I had to talk to the manager. And then the manager would talk to the regional manager about it. If any, you know?
Yeah. Okay, Ginger Bean, hello, welcome in. But like, that's like the funny thing about that, and that's what's kind of insidious about corporations, is that since people don't know how they work, they'll be like, oh, well, we're gonna make a change, we're gonna fire our CEO, and then they hire someone else and nothing changes. You wanna know why? Because the CEO never freaking does anything, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like there's already like a business model that they already have and says, well, this works, and as you can see, it's fine, so don't change it. And it's like, all right. You know,
exactly. And so people are like, well, they switch the person in charge, isn't that the person who makes the decisions? No, the CEO just takes the blame for when crap happens. That's literally 90% of what they do, is they just take responsibility for when crap happens, you know. And because middle managers are literally hidden half the daggone time, it's really hard to get them to do anything, which is why they power trip all the time, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and that's what kind of gets me. Like, people are like, like the CEO, like, because just because Yago's cute, they think every freaking CEO is cute. And I'm like, first of all, no, that's not what a CEO does.
Okay, that's why I can't join Hololive, because I'm cuter than him. Right.
Exactly, he's jealous. He's like, what? No, if you could, exactly, like if you joined Hololive, you would replace Yago, and he can't have that.
It's like if I audition, he just glares at my audition like,
you'd steal all the love of the Hollow Stars. No, let me stop.
No, and all the Hollow Stars like, no.
Yep. Yeah, like that's the thing. The CEO is so high up because they just decide the general direction of the company, but everything else is carried out by the lower levels. And so whenever something happens and people are like, oh, the CEO, I'm like, you guys, half the time the CEO don't even know what the crap is going on. Like, as someone who has worked with an actual, like, because for example, I'm not there anymore, so I can talk about this, but when I worked for like T-Mobile, and we had a very charismatic CEO, his name was Jean Leger. He's not there anymore because he did his job. He literally came in like a wrecking ball, did a bunch of stuff to T-Mobile, and then he pieced the F out while things were good and left everything bad after that. But not that, because I mean, I have T-Mobile, whatever. But that's the thing. As someone who's actually seen a charismatic CEO show up and do stuff, he didn't actually affect my actual job or the actual, like, average customer at all. It was very funny. Like, he didn't do anything. Yeah. But because people don't like that, people don't like hearing, oh, well, what you're doing doesn't matter because the person who has the most power is someone that you can't even see, because most managers don't put themselves out there for a reason, Like, there's a reason that most managers, you don't know who they are. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, and I'm like, yeah, but she's like the exception, not the rule, Like, she's technically a VTuber in her own right at this freaking point, Yeah. Like, she might as well be a freaking VTuber.
I mean, there was that character that was gonna come out, the Omega Alpha.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to be a managerial role, and it never happened.
Probably because it was too freaking stressful. Because that and everyone I think the difference between Alpha Omega and like basically what HN ended up doing is that HN already basically had the personality and drive to basically be a more visible, because she also can catch flack for stuff. Alpha Omega would have to actually basically be that, only way worse. And I don't think anybody wants to step up to be that person, which is understandable. You do not want to step up as management for a company like that's an entertainment based. You don't. You just don't.
Yeah. Because if something goes wrong, the manager is like, getting messages like, "What happened? What's going on? The stream died," and they're just like, "I don't know."
Which because I was actually when I was on Twitter, I actually did ask the question like, what should basically more or less what should an agency do, or what should it be responsible for, and should it be responsible for the VTuber's actions, which a lot of people didn't actually. When people answered that question, I thought it was kind of interesting, because in practice, everyone thinks that the company should be able to protect the VTuber when they F up.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't think about that in the moment, because they're too busy thinking like, oh, well, they're all adults, they should be able to cover themselves, which again, it's not like it's a bad answer, but I think it's kind of interesting that people are like, the VTuber should be responsible for their actions, but if it's a streamer that they like, they're like, well, no, the company like VShojo should have protected like Silver Veil or some crap, I need to be dropping off now. Okay, no problem. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope to see you again.
We'll see you later.
My main points is legal coverage is if someone starts trying to screw with them, which is exactly like, and that's understandable. It's just the problem is that like that stuff gets a little dicey sometimes. Like, yeah, there's definitely worry about slander and stuff like that, definitely. But like, if your daggone streamer literally says something offensive and deals with like, Twitter of all things, like, because as someone who willingly hangs out on Twitter, because I just consider Twitter the ghetto at this point,
It's just like, this is yeah. I mean, I've been around the internet for quite some time.
Oh, that sounds bad. That sounds so bad. Oh God, I'm sorry, Rick Acid. God damn.
It's just like, is it like a scrambling sort of thing?
Kinda. It was kind of work. Techno Satan's still in effect. But thank you very much, Chaos. Hi, welcome in. But like my thing is literally like, I think people should actually take more time to figure out, okay, first of all, what is it that is corporate BS versus personal BS, because, but then again, nobody wants to do that because that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work,
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, they gotta do some problem solving and
You're like, yeah, it's like, I don't want to do any problem solving. That's a lot, you know? And like, and I think that's probably like why, like, there's this kind of weird back and forth of entitlement that kind of keeps happening, you know? Because on one hand, people want to be like, not like, you know, parasitic losers or whatever. But on the other hand, where did my Yoshi go? You know?
I remember, like, when people would graduate and they're like, it's so sad, you know? And I'm like, it's not like they're gone. I mean, just like they probably have something going on. Maybe they're going to become indie. I don't know, you know? And more often than not, they do.
Funny enough, like, that's why I'm like thinking, I'm like, other than like, what was it, like Sana, like, it was like one of the bigger ones that graduate that actually stays, that actually does not come back in any way, shape, or form, you know? Like, she's the only one I can think of, like, I mean, because I don't really keep up with the Japanese side of things, but I know Sana's like on the English side, like, she's still alive, obviously, but she just but she legitimately can't really do VTubing anymore. You know? Yeah, exactly. But like everyone else, it's just like, oh no, like Yugo's got no, never mind. Like, oh no, miss it. Oh, never mind. You know? Oh no, like, oh, was it the Fox one?
Ooh. I don't know why I started thinking Fauna, but Fauna's not a fox.
No.
Although if Fauna graduated, everyone would just go nuclear meltdown.
Like, oh, Pomu, and then I'm like, or like Mika, and I'm like, like, I don't know. I feel weird about the graduations. Like, they don't feel like real, you know?
I mean,
it's like I quit my job at Walmart so I can go work at another department store that's just Walmart.
Yeah, and it's like, it's kind of sad because I guess it's sort of like the aspect of where it's like they just were comfortable seeing them for so long, and then now there's a change, and it's like some just don't like that change. Because it's like, well, where are you going to see them? They don't tell you, like, hey, by the way, even though I'm graduating, you can find me on here. It's like you kind of have to like find it out. Like, oh, it turns out they're this. All right.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, it feels super weird to me, you know, like, and again, I'm not saying that they also, hey Sir Dan, hello, but it's not like I'm not saying that they can't come back, because VTubing is fun. It is. Oh, yeah. But it feels weird whenever they do, because they make a big song and dance about how sad everything is, and they're just like literally 2 doors down, you know. It's like, okay, I'm leaving my apartment, I'm moving everyone, and then they move like literally 1 floor down, but they're still in the same place. They can still talk to the same people, you know?
Yeah, like I always looked at it as like, it's not goodbye, it's more like see you later.
You know? Yeah.
So you know, you're gonna see them again.
Yeah, and it's like, it just, like, that's why even with this whole thing with, like, you know, Sylvana, I'm like, whether she stays or goes, it's not gonna change anything.
Yeah, we'll probably find her at some point, like, this is the one, you know, someone's gonna find it, where it's like, if she just went straight up indie and was like, didn't tell anyone, there's probably gonna be discovery out there where they go like, wait a minute, this person is them, and they go, oh, okay, and then they're like, all right, and then nothing, like as if nothing had changed.
Yeah, and that's like, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, back in July today, I'm like, because I wasn't here, you know. But like, it just feels like there's no point in getting sad, because like, yeah, the character's gonna be gone, but like, they're still like the especially if they're not really, because most of them aren't even putting on characters at this daggone point, you know. Yeah. I was like, but yeah, no, I get you, Milky, I get you, but like, and that's kind of my thing, like, I don't know, like, for me it really does feel like, I think like, because being a part of the company, it's literally like a job, and I think because it's not presented as a job, people do not understand how much these official companies are literally people's jobs. This is not a hobby. They are not a hobby group. This is their employer. They gotta do taxes, you know. Yeah. And just like all of you who have a job, you have to apply by you have to like, just, it's kind of like, you know how dress codes, how certain jobs have dress codes, you know. Dress codes are stupid. They are. But companies still have them, and you still gotta abide by them. Yes, you can be fired over dress codes, but
it's like one of the things. Like, why can't I walk around shirtless with all my muscles exposed? You just say no, and I'm like, but it's freeing, you know?
Exactly. But like, you know, but then some people be like, oh, the freedom or whatever. And I'm like, bro, that's not how this works, you know? I mean, no, well, the thing is, yeah, some people are attracted to the character. Some people are attracted to the character, you know? It's true, because like my thing is like, at the end of the day, what the company does is it literally gives you the financial opportunity that you obviously did not have before, you know?
Yeah,
like that's ultimately what the company does. And everyone, and the people who kind of get on my nerves are the most of the people who are acting like the company did not help you find these people, you know?
Yeah,
the company is the reason that you even found these people, you know? And the people are like, now, of course, there's the rare occurrence where some of the people actually did follow them from when they were, you know, indie, because a lot of them were, you know, but most people did not discover them like that, or else they wouldn't have joined the freaking company in the first place. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like people, you know, like who like when you see a movie star, you go, I remember them from TV, and then some people just discover them just based on film.
Yeah,
and they just like them from that. And when the film drops them, they go, oh, they're not in this movie. People go, what? Why aren't you putting them in? It's just like, well, probably because the actor or actress is like, I'm done. You know, but people just assume it's like, that Warner Brothers or Disney, I don't know, like stuff like that, where it's like, I bet they did something terrible to them. It's like, nah, they just were like, I'm done, you know?
Yeah, and sometimes it's as simple as, you know, the person, and again, like, they could have just been fired. Like, that happens all the time, too. And, or people just leave, like, for example, at my job, like, people leave my daggone job all the daggone time. It's not even that hard. Hi, Triple. Thank you very much for the resubscribble. I
was hoping we would get that. We would get that gift. I'm like, if I go through this stream and that doesn't come up, what was the point? But now we got it.
It looks even better with Jane frickin' Stone Cold Austin there.
She's covering one groin.
I can't. Oh god. But hey, Triple, hello, welcome in. We're talking about VTuber things.
We're gonna dismantle the system. No, we're not.
But my thing is, like, I don't think, like, because I'm very much, I cannot be a part of the freaking anarchy people who are like, everyone should be indie, and I'm like, no, because everyone's already indie, you dingus. But like,
yeah, exactly. Like, we all started from like being indie. Like, most of them do. That's why they have auditions, you know?
Yeah.
If they had the idea of, they'd be like, we don't hold auditions. We already know. We're gonna go and, I wouldn't say like scout for talent, you know? If they already knew, but it's like, well, we need auditions because it's like there's so many, right?
Yeah,
and
like,
you know, mostly it's like indies, of course, are gonna apply.
Yeah, like, that's my thing. Like, most of these people were already indies, but guess what? You're not searching for indies. You're staying and looking at freaking corpo stuff, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you know, if they want to do that, you know, more power to you, you know, if you want to do that. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's a business, you know? It's when they make the choice, it's a business choice. It may not be one you like, but it's really nothing you can do about it, you know?
Yeah.
Unless you're like an investor or something.
Yeah. Like, and I kind of wish people would just understand that, so they could just stop wasting their time and energy on stuff that's not going to change, you know? Like, I'm just, like, because I'm sitting here hoping, so I hope Sylvana's not actually just doing, you know, what do you call it, social media break. No, a social media break. Because if you think about it, if you do a social media break, that means you're completely offline. You're not trying to get on there at all. I'm hoping she's not just doing that, because then this just makes things look really bad if she's just doing that, you know?
Like, yeah, one of those social media detox kind of things.
Exactly. I don't know if she is. I don't know what the crap her deal is. I don't watch the line. But like,
no,
I mean,
but it's like, you know, I
don't think she's bad or anything, but but I kind of wonder, though, like, because I've seen people like her in a corporate setting, and it's always really awkward.
Like she's just like awkward in like the sense of like
kind of like
being like
because again, because I don't watch her, I don't really want to go by the narrative that people have painted of her either, because people have painted this narrative that she's this lone wolf fighting against Niji Sanji management, and they're bullying her basically. You know, they're trying to make her quit by making her miserable. But are they? Is she?
Yeah, it seems like a little bit like already, like in my mind, I'm just like, okay, so you're telling me that a corporation manager or whoever is like, we're going to get them to quit so we can make less money, you know? It's like, because if they are doing that, it's like you're telling me they're like gonna damage their reputation simply because they don't like her. It's like far-fetched, you know?
And again, I wouldn't put it past a corporation to do that either. Like, that's not even my argument. Because I like, hell, the jobs I've had, I've seen them literally, they just want to get rid of a person they just don't like for no freaking reason, and they literally contrived a reason that they could do it legally, you know? But that's true. But I'm like, but I don't know if that's her case, because again, I don't watch her, so I don't know if she's that miserable or if she just has moments of vindictiveness, because some people be vindictive. Not saying she deserves any type of harassment, she does not. No one does. No. But because I don't want to say, I don't like repeating a narrative that I have not seen for myself. Yeah. You know, kind of like how I can't really say anything about Pomu because I knew about Pomu, but I didn't watch Pomu. You know,
yeah. It was the same thing with like when Sana graduated. It's like I knew of her, but I wasn't like, oh, I know what the problem is. I bet it's like I didn't do that because it's like until both parties or one party goes like, this is what happened. It's like, all right, until that happens, it's like I'm not going to cast any judgments yet. It's just one of those things where it's like what we're doing is observing how like the reaction of it, where everyone's going like, this is what we think it is. And it's like, well, we don't really know. But there are some things to it that could be like, it could be because that's a kind of a common thing that happens in like corporations and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, hello there. Oh my god. Why do you guys got such hard names to read? I'm gonna call you MX. Hey there, MX. Hello, welcome in. My name is Sam Enigma, Eldritch Dragon Mom Boss. Thank you very much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front office. Thank you.
And I'm Castor, the special guest for tonight's stream.
Yeah. Hello, hello.
Cococastor, or some call me.
Cococastor. But like,
accidentally call me, and then I roll with it.
Yep. But that's kind of the thing that kind of bothers me, is mainly because I whenever I see people like kind of going somewhere, where I'm like, okay, honey, maybe you should just like for example, at this point, I would say if you want to apply for a corporate VTuber gig, before you do that, read just talk to people who've worked in corporations that are not VTubing related, so you can get a feel for how the red tape will screw you over no matter what you do, and figure out do you want to do something super ambitious? Stay indie.
Yeah, exactly. It's like how much of the, because everyone always talks about like, oh, there's the talent freedom sort of thing on the you go to, and it's just like, I mean, if that's a thing, look into it before you start, finalizing a decision or making an audition, Because
I also think that, and this is just my personal opinion, because I don't think it's even really about money most of the time, I also think it's about that validation that I was picked up by a company. That means I'm better than everybody else, Oh,
yeah, sometimes it's like that, where it's like that ego sort of thing, where it's like, I knew I was worth something, so... And that happens with any sort of field, like whenever people make it big as a musician or an actor, or you know what I mean? Oh
yeah, I hope you get better soon. Okay, I hope you do. I hope things improve for you, kiddo. But yeah, but that's kind of the way I see it. Is I feel like it would be so much better, if people understood that it is this thing is not going to necessarily make you or validate your feelings, I guess. It's really not. It's not gonna, because because again, like sometimes it is something as simple as people just don't know who you are, and that's why no one watches you or whatever, you know.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it is like just that, you know.
I mean, like that's like that for me. Like I sit there and I go like, well, you know, someone had told me that like it's probably because you know, I don't stream as often. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's because it's always like for me, and I accept that. I'm like, yeah, I haven't really been driving to the point where it's like I got to stream like 5 out of the 7 days of a week, you know. And then maybe there's just something like I need to still look for that niche.
Yeah, pretty much. Because like I don't know, people really do underestimate the whole trying to find a niche thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because like for me, I actually finally, like, it took me like what, almost 2 daggone years for me to figure out, wait, I think I finally figured it out. You know, like because for me, I'm like, I do want to be art based. I'm just like, but how do we do that? Dang it! Because like,
Exactly, yeah.
there's like, because I can't play games. I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out something I can freaking do that I'm, you know, what does the kids say again? That I'm cracked at, you know? Like that's what the kids say, right? Like they're like, Mom, no, and I'm like, I need to get Cracker Barreled or whatever. I'll get out of here. But like I have to be like, okay, so what is something that is art based that I can do as a VTuber? You know?
Yeah. And it's like, you know, like then people get kind of roped up or wrapped up into like the whole aspect of like the meta, right?
Yeah.
And they kind of go like, well, I gotta play this game. I mean, because this is really popular. Like if they go like, I gotta play Power World, or I gotta play the new Persona coming out. Like that's really popular, and then they don't see like a big amount of numbers. They go like, oh well, I must not be good at it. It's just like, no, it's just could be mostly fortune.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people are more fortunate than others.
Yeah.
Some people, you know, they found their niche, and it's just like, it's like working out. You know, you can't just go in there and expect to get like a 6-pack just by doing a few crunches. You gotta be consistent. You gotta go in with the mindset of like, you know, continuously improving yourself and accepting, all right, what are some things I can work on, and what are some things that are fine?
Yeah. Know? Like, and that's literally kind of how it is. Like, you got to figure out, okay, first you have to have that balance of what do I like doing and what do people like watching, you know?
Exactly.
And then the fun part is finding out, how do I advertise?
Yeah.
The most uncomfortable. I personally think advertising is the most uncomfortable part of doing anything. You know, the hokey, like, because every single time you think advertising, people are like, oh, like those freaking GFX people. No. Not the GFX people. They're bad.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, it's sort of like saying Beetlejuice's name, you know, 3 times. You said it. You said GFX 3 times. It's like, boom, they're in their following list.
Oh no!
They just dropped in.
Like not those weirdos who literally try to accost you in your frickin' house, you know? But,
yeah.
Excuse me. Goodness. So at least in my corner. Yeah, no, you're good, Mookie, you're good. But, like, it's... Like, and I try to, like, be as encouraging to people as I can, because they're like, well, I'm not getting the numbers. I'm like, honey, this takes a while. Do you know how many... It's like, how come I'm not being spotted, but you're literally running a marathon against thousands of people at the same time?
Exactly.
You know?
And the thing is, it's like, a lot of people, I see this commonly. When I started in 2021, I met so many people, amazing people, that it was a little disheartening to see them, like, you know, still stream, and then immediately they just disappear, because some of them go, oh, I debuted, I had about double digits, maybe even triple digits, now I'm not even getting double, or I'm getting low double digits, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, and then they feel like they're like, I give up, you know, I'm not hitting it as good as I can, because I'm not getting the 500 viewers, you know? And it's like already, it's like, don't, you know, the thing I'm saying is like, don't get discouraged, you know? Everyone, it's like again, I always associate it with working out. It's like, you know, it just takes time, you know?
Yeah, and it takes a time, it takes a while for you to figure things out. Like, for example, like, I know for me, like, one thing that does work against me is the fact that I only stream on average like 2 times a week, like hardly ever. Sometimes I'll do a third day depending, but for the most part you just get me for 2 days, you know. The only reason I think I've gotten any type of traction is, other than me just being a complete menace on Twitter, it's because I keep my schedule constant, so that way even if someone who doesn't see my schedule will more than likely just be like, wait, doesn't Semi stream around this time, and just kind of wander over here to see if I'm doing anything, you know. Like, that's like, but I know not everybody can even do that. Not everybody can be constant. I just happen to have a steady job that has the exact same hours, which I might be having I might be kind of brain dead in the next couple of months because overtime's coming.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh boy. Mandatory overtime. My favorite.
I do inventory where it's just like, oh, I hate this. For like a whole week, it's just like, inventory. No.
Yeah, well, real life, no. But anyway, but I think like that's something that people kind of need to understand, is that it takes patience, but it's not just about the patience. It's it's like you're taking the time to slowly build yourself up, you know, but don't just wait. Yeah. Literally be like, okay, so what can I do to like get better audio, or what can I do to learn a skill to help me? What's a new game that I really, really want to be good at, so I can brag at people how good solitaire is, you know?
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, watch my Oregon Trail stream. Let's go.
Oregon Trail, goddamn Oregon Trail. But like, you know, it's stuff like that, and I just kind of feel sad that when I see people like, they start off strong, because of course they do, because a lot of people do, not everybody, but a lot of people. But then they disappear after, like, you know, but then you see their numbers. Like, yeah. Their first debut stream was like, I don't know, 500 people, because they knew just enough, like, people with enough influence. And then a couple of weeks, like, not even, like, usually it takes like a couple of months for this to happen, but then a couple of months later, they're like at 20. Or even worse, they're like 5, you know? Yeah. Because those are the people who stayed there for them. Everyone else just stayed there because they're like, hey, the streamer I actually like watching said to check you out, yo. You know? You know, and like, but don't worry, Milky, it takes time, but you gotta keep going, my little guy. You gotta keep going.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. That's the thing, you know? Mm-hmm. Everybody would be doing it. Like, if everyone was hitting like the 500 marks, everyone would be a VTuber, you know? Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's just like exercising. Like, there are shortcuts that people take, but they're very risky.
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty much. And it's just like, it just takes like some work, you know, but it can be done. It just takes a bit, you know? And I just kind of wish that people kind of gave themselves a bit more like patience, because they're like, oh well, I want to be like the big streamers. I'm like, those, yeah, like look at those big streamers over time, because like I used to actually feel pretty jealous of people who got like shouted out and they got like, you know, you look at their average streams like 300 people, and then you realize that they've only been streaming for like 3 months, and then they just kind of drop off and you're like, oh shit. You know?
Oh yeah, I get the same feeling of jealousy too, where I see someone streaming and I'm like, they get shouted out, and I just sit there and I'm like, how come they get like 1,000? What is going on? What are they doing? Are they legit viewers? Are they view botting or something? And it's just like, nah, that's just my jealousy talking, you know? And then you kind of like sit there and you go like, well, they must be doing something, and I want to know, you know, how do they do it, you know?
Yeah, especially if you're like, you know, like in the case of like both you and me are in the weird case of we're not. Oh dear. Nope. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh god. Oh god. Hey Carol. Hello. Welcome in. Oh my god. That sounded so awful. Goddamn techno Satan. It's probably because I'm using Discord.
Yeah. I've cursed it just from existing.
I'm being infected. I'm being cursed by techno Satan. Don't mind me.
Okay.
Also, like, yeah, like honestly, Milky, that's like asking for help or asking for assistance has gotten me like a lot further. You know, like. I think that's why one day I think one day I'm gonna, instead of going for an agency, I think I'm gonna go more for a group that's just like, you know, we should just support each other, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Hi, kitty. Butter be gone. Oh, alas. It looks like you did it backwards and you have re-summoned the butter. Butter, 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 butter. Butter, 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 butter. Butter, 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 butter. Butter, 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 butter. He's just like, no, not the butter, not the butter. Look at him. He's so cute. He's so cute. Butter, butter. Oh, here you go. Butter. And we're going to butter Stone Cold Jane Austen. Butter, butter.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
And-
you gotta do that.
And Buko. There you go. And we're gonna butter you again. There we go. We're just gonna leave that on your head for a bit. Anyway.
Alright. It's like I'm a pancake. You gotta leave the little square butter on there.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually proud of you too, Milky. You've come a long way. Your art's actually improved a lot, to be quite honest. Milky's art has gotten really good from when I first met him. He's gotten super good. He was always pretty decent, but his form has cleaned up a lot. Which I like, which I'm always very fond of. I always love seeing improvement. You know?
Yeah, it's like for me, I still work on this, but for me, I'm always nervous talking on stream and stuff like that, because I'm always like, am I speaking with clarity? Should I put on the voice acting voice where I speak like this, where it's very punctual, you know?
Ooh, punctuality. That sounds
I must
spiffy.
speak with everything to be firm and complete, you know, because I
see
a lot of other especially Hollow Live streamers do that a little bit, and I'm just like, well, if that must be right. It's like, it works for them, but what's your niche, you know?
Oh,
somebody who wants a streamer where they jumble up words when they talk.
like me, I do that.
I do it too.
Yeah. Also, Cardinal, the curse is that Techno Satan has infected my sound files or something. I don't know. He's infected my sound alerts.
On a daily basis, it seems. You know.
One of these days, I will draw Techno Satan. I am putting it off because I know I will draw him as a hot demon man, and we can't be doing that.
Exactly. You're drawing him straight out of Hasman Hotel. Kind of thing.
He's out of the house. But honestly, Milky, if it makes you, well, it probably will make you feel better. I literally didn't start getting commissions that, I actually didn't start getting people who wanted to commission me until the last 2 years, basically since I started VTubing. Before that, I didn't get commissioned ever. Just no. I've been literally open for commissions for 15 years, and I literally didn't get any business until the last two.
Yeah, it's time and patience, you know. Eventually, it'll all fall into place.
It's literally, it actually boils down to, funny enough, it's literally just people figuring out, oh wait, you do art?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it always freaking is. It's what, you do art? You know?
You will draw me, you know?
Yeah, it's basically that. And I'm like, oh my god. So I'm just okay, I just need to do a color capture right quick here.
I now have a polish to focus on. Yeah, Milky. I mean, there's no guilt in when you have something that needs more focus. You know, a lot of people have got like Semi. You know, has a full-time job. I'm assuming.
I do.
Yeah, and it's that's just how it is. I know some people out there who. You know, I know some streamers out there that get 500 viewers. Right now, one of them is online. They have 500 viewers. They still work. They still have a job because it's just because it's something that they have to focus on. You know.
Yep.
Send me Enigma when whole ass Enigma walks in.
I'm going home. Sometimes I love my name, but sometimes I hate my name.
It's every time I always mention it to Paul. It's oh yeah, I'm gonna be streaming with Semi tomorrow. It's gonna be great. And I always call I do this pun where I'm I'm gonna be streaming with Semi or Demi. I don't remember. I don't know why.
My weird love of wordplay betrays me every single time. I'm damn, my weird love of wordplay betrays me yet again. Like every time. Like, oh my god.
All right, I'm gonna be hanging out with semi truck. You know what I mean?
The semi truck gets me sometimes. I'm just like, god damn it. But it's like, I'm not even offended by it because I know about like semi trucks are a thing, but it's just really funny.
It's like hanging out with semi. What do you mean, like a 16-wheeler, 18-wheeler? What are we talking about? It's like, no, it's an Eldritch Dragon, Mamash. And they're like, what? You know?
he's like, what do you mean?
What are you talking about? Are you crazy? Are you on something? You know?
Are you on the reefer? Sorry, that's like one of my defining memories. It's like, I'm on the reefer. I'm like, what?
I'm not on the marijuana, you know?
I was like, I don't even know Mary Jane. Oh
yeah, exactly. Mary Jane from Spider-Man. Yeah, she's great.
Oh my god. Hey Nico, hello. When is having new? First of all, I am already half the Enigma. If you want the other half, you're gonna have to pay the $99.99 like everyone else.
Exactly. On sale today on the Home and Shopping Network.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's hilarious. Let's see here. Okay, I'm making some headway in here. With this,
right on.
With the normal sweater.
The totally normal sweater that no one looks at the holes in the middle and go, can I put my hand in there?
Well, now that's gonna be my immediate thought. Thanks, you monster.
You've got one on the shoulder, two in the chest, one on the left bicep. It's just like everybody's just going like it's like a mid slot. You can just put your hand in there. I'm just imagining someone just like with a freaking deadpan look, just not even saying anything, just puts their hand in there. Oh god. Also, who is this absolute unit who destroyed the sweater? Oh, it's Cococastor, the weirdo with the butter on his head. Exactly. Look how ripped I am, pun fully intended. When there's Lord. Mad respect, exactly.
Yep.
You know, it's like it's a good thing is that, you know, if I was in like what's that sweater that like covers like the chest, like the Virgin Killer sweater, and like that, I would be like, okay, that would like probably be too much. I
did not have the balls to draw you in that bloody thing. I could not. I was thinking about it, but I'm just like, you know what? No, bad idea.
It's like one of those things, you just gotta think of it like, okay, like the way it is and stuff. Like, all right, think of it as like, well, like there's always the one where it's like, oh, it's just the front and then the backless one.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Backless one, like, whatever. It's like a dress, right? Fully covers the front, bare back, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have said that.
Well then,
I'm too late.
It's too late to apologize. It's too late.
And then there's the one where it's like, oh, it's open in the middle too.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I'm like, well, for that sweater, I mean, it's no different than like the guys who go to the gym who have like the stringy tank tops, like the bodybuilders and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's the same thing. So just pretend like you're just drawing that. You know. Like it's bodybuilding wear.
It's like a sweater.
It's like, yeah, but why has it got like a sweater texture? It's bodybuilding, I swear.
He's like, no way, man. Hey, yo, butter, man. Now that I mention it, can I put my hand in there? Oh my fucking god. No, you may not inappropriately touch the Cococastor, but here, you will be buttered. Be buttered. Butter.
Butter. Then it's like, well, my hand's covered in butter. It'll slide on in, no problem.
Well, crap. I've already buttered them.
Uh-oh.
Damn. Well, I might as well finish what I started. Butter. There we go. Just gonna give the butter. I'm gonna give the butter to Stone Cold Jane Austen. Yep.
Exactly. Got to it.
So I just like how that just looks so good together. Like it just looks so good.
It does. It's amazing. The fact that you found like the proper like head pose just instantly, it was great.
I kind of want this just to be a thing. Like, who is that Stone Cold Jane Austen? This looks so great.
I fully support it.
Yes. It'll be glorious. Let's see. I need... okay, I can actually combine this. Okay, and... Okay. Oh.
Windows are for the weak. Proper suit and tie is the way to go. That will happen. That will happen. I swear it will.
One of these days. Wrong one. There we go. Okay. Aha, I missed a spot.
You're going to ruin my suit again. Well, you know, buttering the suit, it makes it easier to get out of.
Exactly. You could just launch you could just launch out of there, you know. You'll be fine. Just launch out of there at the speed of sound, you know, or whatever the kids do these days. It's like whatever the kids are doing these days, running around at the speed of sound or something.
No, speed like going a mile a minute.
He's going a mile a minute.
I always remembered when people would be like, "Whoa, you're going a mile a minute there," and you're like, "Yeah."
Yep. Okay. There we go. Looks. There we go. Looks. Oh, missed one over here. There it is. Man, the day I discovered freaking whatever the crap is called, mask something. I don't remember.
Masking or?
Yeah, because I could draw directly on line art.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like it literally makes because it makes stuff look a lot softer, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause
yeah.
Like, cause like I used to do it and then I stopped and I don't remember why I stopped. But honestly, coloring the liner, because all you do is just clip. You have your line art and then you clip on top of it. So that way, everything you do in that clipped layer, make sure you're in the right layer, obviously. But everything you do in the clipped layer it'll only show on that layer and nothing else. So it's. And it's a nice just so that way I don't have to be like zooming in trying to literally color on top of my freaking black lines.
Oh yeah, it's like you gotta have the coloring layer and it's just like alright. You know?
Yeah, that's why my line art and my line art is never on my coloring layer, like just so I can keep it nice and separate.
Mm-hmm. I always found it frustrating. Like I remember I had to do like a sketch once for like a course, and I was like, all right, I gotta color it in, and I'm like, I hate doing this because I have to like make like one layer for color of the hair, and the next layer for the color of the shirt, and then the next layer, it's a constant layer after layer after layer of color and color, and I'm like, there's gotta be an easier way, you know?
Yep, usually I just do like hair and then like almost depending on how complicated the outfit is, I'll usually put all of the clothing on one layer, usually.
Oh yeah.
That makes things way easier.
That is like genius. It's like, that's a good idea. I should learn how to do that.
Let's see here, do the skin as well. Okay. It just makes it look overall softer, so that's one reason I like it so much.
That's like kind of like one of the problems I have is like when I do any sort of like line art, I'm always like, I feel like I made the lines too hard, I guess. So it's like it's got to be a way I can make it a little softer.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, and that's one way you could do it is just using the clipping mask onto your line art and just coloring in the lines with just like either a darker color of your main color, you know, or another color altogether, because some people will experiment and do like dark blues on a favorite, or like dark gray instead of actual black. Like those are some other things people will do.
Nice.
When you don't do donuts, I mean, like I do a lot of layers because I'm a coward. So that's Milky. That's honestly why I have so many layers, is because I am a coward. So
I always do it like the method of like the sketch layer for just everything, and then I'll do like separate layers for like, all right, this is the hair, this is the arm, left arm, right arm, chest, you know.
Mm-hmm. There we go, and because I'm going to be doing shadows. Okay. Because I like to keep my shadows pretty simple, just to make my life frickin' easier. There it is, and there it is. Missing a spot right here.
Yeah.
That's probably why my art is not as well advanced. Well, I mean, you also have to have like the computer advancement for that, though, because sometimes, depending, like, your computer might not be able to handle some stuff. Like, I know mine can't. My computer can't handle crap. So.
I used to be the same way when I would used to work with Photoshop, and I'd had like 20 layers. It'd be like, all right, and the entire program just crashed, and it's like it was always like because I had too many layers.
Yep, that's what happened to me all the time. Do something stupid. There we go. Yeah. Oh wait. Why? Okay. And
Triple says, I thought you had a lot of layers because you were secretly an onion.
Triple.
Are you
Triple, my adorable little baby brother. We're gonna have a talk later.
Are you secretly an onion?
I'm not an onion. I'm not an onion.
Are you sure?
No, because I'm too shallow to be an onion. I'm a tomato.
Oh, nice. I'm a pumpkin.
You're a pumpkin? I don't know why I thought you said you were gonna be a potato, because that means you're a handsome spud.
Oh, yes, then yes, I am.
Yes, I made myself laugh with this one. Yes, Triple, we're gonna have a talk. We're gonna have a conversation, young man.
It's like, I thought I told you.
It's like, we've been over this. Those puns are dangerous. Let's see here.
They're not registered, weapons yet,
Not registered. Let's see here. Okay, and wait, I should probably do the eyes here. Wait, Cococastor, what color are your eyes?
They're both split. Like, you mean the pupils?
Yeah, like, I just realized, because like everything I have is like your eyes are freaking close. I'm like, wait, what color are your eyes again?
I'll send you a photo.
Thank you. Because I straight up, I'm just like, wait, what? God, I literally just have this bloody face. I'm like, wait, what color are you, madman?
Oh, yeah. I'll get it. Let's see, where is it? No, not that one.
Oh, okay, wait, I see. I see a little bit of an issue there.
The one.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Thank you.
It's literally like the same color as like the hair, but just flipped,
Okay.
Something.
Thank you. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let me take a look here. Okay. Oh yeah, so it's just the same color hair. Okay, I'll just use your hair color then. Because I was just like, what's with that face though?
Did you not believe me?
No, I'm just like that. That face is really fucking cute.
The cat mouth face. I was like, well, that's the one I have close up, so.
Because I'm like, I kind of half expected there to be like actual like cat ears on that.
Honestly, I thought about that. Like, what if I had like little fluffy like ears, like animal ears, like cow ears or horse ears or something?
It'd be very adorable.
Okay. It would actually make sense because, in case anyone's wondering, Pollux, he's a great boxer, but me, I was really good at taming horses. I was very good at like chariot races and stuff like that. So I was very good at that.
I see.
So it'd be kind of like, it would fit the motif. Maybe I can ask Zeus to give me, fake ears I can put on.
You just kick his door and be like, hey, Dad!
Dad, I need horse ears now.
He's like, ask your uncle.
He's like, I'm busy, go away. He's swiping right on Tinder all the time.
He's so terrible, oh my god. So I just literally you just kick his fucking door in. Oh my god.
That was our greets on Mount Lips. We just kick in doors and we're just like, hey.
Wait,
right now.
Wait, do you guys even have doors, or do you just have like the open temple things?
Some have doors, some don't. Depends if they're kicked in or not. And then usually that's why temples, they're open because someone's kicked them in.
I see.
Me. But, or sometimes it's like I crashed into it. That kind of happens.
I see. That makes sense.
Look, Captain, you can do that with the power of non-canon. Exactly.
The power of non-canon. I'm getting out of here.
I can do that.
Oh my god.
I give myself cat ears with the power of non-canon. Exactly.
It's like with the power. He's like, with great power comes great, I don't know, sensibility or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
With great power comes great sensibility. That's not the word. Whatever.
Responsibility.
Oh. Well, I'll sponsor your ability.
Spider-Man fans in shambles now.
Let's see what that
A single
is.
tear rolls down their cheek. Like, oh.
All the Spider-Man memes using this freaking server. There's so many Spider-Man memes. Okay. There. Okay. And I think the rest is actually just on the clothing, which I put on one layer, I believe.
Great power comes great sleep deprivation. Exactly.
Sleep deprivation. I'm going home. Like, oh my god. Oh wait.
Oh yeah, there are so many streamers out there when they do like the whole marathon stream. I'm like, no, don't, because you're gonna die. Not die, but I mean like. I'm like, no, don't do that.
It is very tiring, I'm not gonna lie, because I did it and I'm like, oh god, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, oh, that was such a bad idea, I'm never doing this again. Which I'm
do it like, I see some do it like almost once a month, and I'm like, that's insane.
I honestly don't know how they've been doing that, to be quite honest. I really don't. I don't get it. Because that looks like a pain in the butt.
I have a feeling that it's probably like, probably a lot of energy drinks, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I would guess it's probably the energy drinks, to be quite honest. It probably is.
Sometimes they do like the classic, like, like, oh yeah, I'll do the marathon, but I'm sleeping right now, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the I'm just sleeping ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I keep forgetting that's a thing that people can do.
Yeah, it's kind of. I remember I had gotten to a discussion with someone about it, and I was in that phase of like, just not actual effort. You know what I mean? Like, they're not streaming. That's not fair. They can't stream and just say that they're sleeping. They're not entertaining anybody. It's like, well, you want them to stream for 40 hours straight? I'm like, no.
Is that can lead to, I don't know, heart failure or something?
Yeah, a lot of it is like it can chemically alter your brain permanently, or it could like mess up your pretty much like not metabolism, but like how your organs function.
Your immune system.
Exactly. Yeah.
I see.
Milky says, honestly, going through depression has made my determination to help people has gotten stronger and stronger, because the worse and worse it gets, the more and more I understand the pain is, and I want to make sure no one else has to go through this without help. Exactly.
Yeah.
Help people, like, because that's why it's always like, it's not bad to go out and tell someone like, hey, I'm having an issue with my anxiety, or if I go, oh, like for me personally, I'm like, I do that on stream sometimes, like this one, where I'm like, I'm really nervous and stuff like that, but I'm really excited to be here and stuff. It's like, yeah, because that's how I felt,
Yeah, exactly. Which is like, and I know, like, it's always like, because I remember when I first started, I would get nervous like all the time, Like, I would be like nervous all the freaking time, and I'm just like, oh my god, what if I like, what if I suck, Like,
I mean, I get the same feeling too, where I'm just like, okay, when I do it, I better not be like really boring. I better focus and be funny and like try really hard, and it's like,
Mm,
but then it's like there's that pressure, right? And
yeah.
it's like, just kind of just go with it, See what
Yeah.
happens. And if you feel like there's like a lot of pressure, don't feel bad about saying it to the audience, being like, "Whew, I got to admit, I'm really nervous up here on this stage." You know what I mean?
Exactly. Let's see, we're almost done. Almost. Looking pretty good, honestly, all things considered. It looks pretty good. Let's see. So, but yeah, but I'm actually pretty I'm pretty, like, all things considered, I'm actually pretty happy with what I like, kind of like what I it's like what I ended up with, but like what I ended up doing, like I like my outside chats, I like my Oregon Trail, my freaking solitaire, and if I have catch. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I look forward to it too. Like because I always feel weird telling people I take commissions because I don't want them to mistake me for a bot.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
So I usually try my best not to publicize it a little bit too much, just in case,
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I do not feel like getting like people thinking that, oh god, you the bot, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Please, no. Dear Lord.
Oh, yeah. Usually, like the first warning signs for like bots and stuff. Like,
yeah.
You see like those GFX artists and stuff. It's like they've never tweeted a single time. It's always retweet and nothing else.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they don't really do much of anything. They just kind of hang out. All right, make sure I'm bring this up just a smidge. Okay, there we go. Okay, so all I gotta do is the highlight, and then we should be the good.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Wait, don't pause there. Okay, and let's see. Yep, wrong one. There we go. Okay. Okay.
This is gonna be great. I think I don't say this lightly, but I think this is your best work yet.
Oh, you think so? It's like you in a ripped sweater. Let's see here. And let me get this color here. Out of curiosity, guys, Cococastor is one of the people who are canonically taller than me, and I don't get pissed off about it.
I'm large and in charge, but not always in charge. 'Cause I don't want to, take charge of everybody's right to live.
Let's see, and I need this one over here. And okay, and I just need
I must be puny to him. I think everybody is large, when it comes to spirit and personality.
Spirit, personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, possibly. Okay, I just need to fill in just a little bit back here. I think this should basically fix any gaps, and we should be good to go.
6'2" doesn't mean anything anymore. Oh, no.
I mean, look, it's okay. It's okay to be short. It's okay to be short.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to put that up there. I'll show it. Okay. Alright, let me just do a background color. I don't know.
I pride myself on being a fairly alright person. You're absolutely alright. Not fairly alright, you're alright.
You're super alright. That's super alright. Sounds kind of like an insult. Let's see.
The poet of my poetry is one thing I'm really proud of. That's cool.
Actually, where do you go with this? Let's do... Here. Get a little bit more saturated, actually. Wait. Maybe not that much.
You know what? I can't wait for this art because you know I'm gonna use it as like my main image on Discord. But the thing is,
I was like, wait, why this?
because I just realized something where I'm just like, uh-oh, if I do that, you know, because if you just crop out the head, it's just like, what's happening? What is going on?
It looks super sussy. Oh, no.
It's great.
Like, it looks sussy as hell. Like, I'll just be like, oh, what are you looking at down there? Oh, God. Here we go. Oh, wait, I know, I forgot something. Damn. Where is it? There. I forgot here. Here we go. At least I'm actually just super happy I finally finished my, my freaking, like, outfit. Yeah. Like, it's finally done!
It's gonna be, you know, that's the thing, like, you didn't, you know, when you're having the issues you had with the outfit, like anyone does when they rig a model, it's always like, there's always that, like, first impression of, like, oh, God, this thing's not working, and then that's not gonna work, and then this is not gonna work. It's like, it'll all come together in time, you know?
Yeah. Which I'm really happy about.
I'm glad that you were able to do it. It's gonna be, I'm sure everyone's gonna love it. I'm gonna love it, you know?
Yeah. Hey, Aqua.
It's on the winter Lunar New Year again. It is the
12th? Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's the 12th, I think.
And what is it? The year of the
Oh wait, I know what the other thing I was gonna do. Let's see.
Is it the year of the tiger?
Well, it's gonna be the year of the dragon. That's actually why I chose to this year, because like last year was like the rabbit or something, but like this year I wanted to be but yeah, this year is like the year of the tiger, so that's why I did that. So but that's literally why.
I know. I think yeah, it's year of the dragon. Yeah. I was like, year of the tiger. I think was last year. I think I don't even know. But yeah, year of the dragon. It's gonna be so cool.
That's why I was actually like, oh wait, I'm like, oh wait, this is the only time I can like have a thinly veiled excuse to do it. Let's see here.
Do you know I was born in the year of the dog? There's such a year?
Yeah, it's like the dog, tiger, because that's technically the one I belong to. Is I'm actually a tiger. There's chickens, all y'all chicken nuggets out there. There's all
Yeah.
There's a pig, and there's like a lot of them.
Let's see, which year was I? Don't know. Oh yeah, there's rat, fox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog.
Okay, good.
And then it repeats.
Yeah, it repeats every 12 years. Let's see here.
Cool, that's cool.
Oh. Let's see here. Alright, and... What was this? Oh, it's because right there. I'm like, where am I messing up here? Like, ugh, I hate stripes sometimes. Let's see. But anyway, I'm so close to almost being done. And anyway, I'm thinking idea for the zombie pupper milk. You know what? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Like,
Let's see.
The persona the milkman never asked for. What?
Oh wow. not the milkman we deserve, or the one that we wanted. Sorry, is it like the one we didn't want, but the one that we deserve, or some absurd crap? Let's see. Okay, wait. I think I see where I messed up there. Okay, wait. I gotta just see. I think I should be able to fix that. So I'm like, why is his arm bothering me so much? And I'm just like, I messed up somewhere.
Oh, it's like
let's see.
shadow?
Like kinda, like I think I did the I basically kind of made it a little bit too thick, weirdly enough. Let's see if I could fix that, or if I'm gonna have to like it's like, or am I gonna have to like go in post or something. Let's see here. Can I just do this? I just kind of like can I just be like an asshole about it? Let's see. Can I just do this and just kind of befuddle the rest? So, let's see here.
And tearing the sweater with those monster pecs is crazy. Oh yeah, it happens on a daily basis.
Yep. Let's see here.
It's one of the struggles I have with. Well, literally, when I put it on the sweater, and when I'm trying to take it off, it's a struggle.
Yep.
Especially if you don't want to tear it. I mean, I could explode it, you know?
I just imagine you just kind of literally it just blows up every single time.
Exactly. I kind of like, take a stretch, and it just goes, and just like, that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing but yarn everywhere. And I'm like, well.
Okay. Yep.
Having pets is an occupational hazard. It is. It is. It's one of those things where you gotta be careful, you know, not to. You know, it's like moving big dangerous things.
So fucking like it looks super like sussy. Like are you looking at my screen right now?
Oh yeah, I am. It's like my head's in the way, so it's like is there someone else's head at the bottom there? You know.
And I'm like, wow, this looks really wrong. Like, oh god.
People out there that like it. I know one particular streamer. She's gonna be like, oh, I love it. It's so good.
I'm going home. Oh my god.
And I know, and I'm just like, oh no. If she ever knows I exist, I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to run away.
Like, oh god. This is so fun. I can't. Because I'm like, it's just the freaking A. It just looks weird. Like, let's see here.
It's weird, but also great, you know? I love it.
See, yeah, this is good. Oh god, which I'll give you the one with no background, so that way you could also just use that too. Okay, but yeah, there you go. So we have done it. We have finished the art side chat. That looks weirdly sussy for some reason. Damn.
This is what happens with art side chat. You know, we sort of go down the route, and it's already too late to turn back. So we're like, you know what? We're already here, so.
Your hands. Oh god. Oh lord.
Hands too small.
Hands are too small. Well, like the thing is, like it seems like that until you you kind of until you kind of realize like they're just big and balled up basically, because they're like he's trying to put this fucking shirt on, you know. Yeah. But where it originally was looked really weird. Anyway, but yeah, we're pretty much at the end. Since we're at the end, who do you want to raid? Because you're the guest.
Oh man, who do we have as options?
Let me look. I follow a lot of people. Let's see, we got Spectre, Shiro, Basil Wolf, whoever the crap that is, Hayden. Let's see, I rated the Coco last time. Let's see here, we got this peanut butter and jelly weirdo. Let's see, we got Peculiar Rabbit, Captain Ryan, Ophelia Valentine, Hootie Hoot. I don't know. Wait, don't you have any friends?
Me? The only one that is streaming right now on my side is I like how you asked that question. Like, do you have any friends? Do you have anybody? You know?
Like, I mean, because otherwise I'll just raid one of the poor little weirdos. So you know.
One of them that's currently streaming on my end is Bat at video games, and Pollux and I usually raid her. She's really funny.
Okay.
But she's a little edgy. You know?
I mean, do you want us to raid her? I mean, I can. Like.
I mean, if you can. I don't know if it's one of those rules where it's like you got to be following them to raid, but I think you should be able to.
Let me look. Like, she's not like. Is she natural? Because I kind of don't feel comfortable with like bachelors just because they tend to make like.
If you don't want to do that, it's totally fine. If you don't feel comfortable with that, it's totally fine.
Okay.
Then I would say let's raid one of the little weirdos on your end.
All right, then we're gonna raid Lyrico because Lyrico's always safe. so actually no, let's raid Ninja Kai because I haven't like raided him in a long time, and it's really fun to bother him. So he is who we're gonna raid today. He is currently streaming. What the hell is he doing? He's doing Baldur's Gate 3. So. So that's who we shall go forth and raid. Let me go ahead and do my raid you can tell I'm at the end because I am just having a time. But anyway, but if you're wondering who the crap this handsome slab dude is, this is Cococastor. Follow him, or what's your other channel called?
Gemini Gotchi is where Pollux and I stream together, and that's usually on the weekends when he's available. Other times, though, I'll be streaming on the Cococastor channel on my own, doing solo streams kind of thing, because Pollux can't tell me what to do. Yeah,
so Gemini Gotchi or just regular Cococastor, whatever works. Follow the glory that is the Cococastor. Do not pay attention to the weirdly sussy picture in the background. Off you go. I'm gonna go ahead and I can't believe this happened. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna raid. We're gonna go. We're gonna raid. Wait, let me get my other message for those who do not follow, just so they can have that too. This is the other one. All right, but again, thank you so much, everybody. Yes, next week I believe is D&D, and then next Friday, I think, is it next Friday? God damn it! Wait, let me check.
Yeah, next Friday.
Wait, no. Well, anyway, February 9th, that Friday is when I'm going to reveal my new outfit, my new Lunar New Year outfit. There you go. I'm going to be wearing it for all of February.
Awesome. Yes,
exactly.
Everybody tune in. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
And I will check to see if I've made it to 4K on Twitter. If so, I will also be unleashing the sweaters upon the world. I am not sorry. So
yeah, we drew me in a sweater, and then you're going to be unleashing more sweaters. It's sweater extravaganza.
Exactly. But anyway, I love you all. Goodbye. I'm going to go ahead and eat you out the window. Love you all. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Off you go. Shoo. Off. Let me make sure they made it over there. Let's see. Oh Lord.
Man, I love it when they have like that.